I think it's safe to say that you're like the most naturally talented YouTuber that I've met.
Thank you.
41 million shorts views, 5 million on long form, 80,000 subs in a month.
I was working like 70 plus hours making all these videos every week, like just trying to make it work. Which, I mean, that's how you grow things. If it's actually a video that is meant for the algorithm, it will hit the algorithm. Like, it isn't some mystical, magical thing.
Most popular video of all time, does 3.6 million views, gains you 48,000 subs.
That's a wild story. Like, I got death threats over that video. Like,
what?
So you'd think at this time, like, I'm gonna be the happiest I am ever. Like, everything's going well. The numbers look the greatest on paper. I'm making the most money I've ever made. I want to be a 1 million subscriber YouTube channel. Grind to hit it. Oh, I'm a bit depressed now.
This is Making It, the show that explores what it takes to be a full-time YouTuber. Today on the show, we welcome Hipyo Tech. He's a serial YouTuber, recording artist, and low-key botanist. He's acquired 1.5 million subscribers and over 700 million views. Hipyo, welcome to the show.
Howdy, hey, thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Glad to have you. So you've got three main projects as I see it. So Hipyo Tech is your mechanical keyboard centric channel, your flagship channel where all of your following is, the most of your following. You also have Hipyo Plants, a new channel dedicated to, quote, all things plant related.
Mm-hmm.
And then you are a recording artist under the name Kadeli, which I would describe as like a genre blending future pop.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah,
yeah, it really is.
I like that. Yeah.
So what I'd love to start with is just kind of like a rapid fire through like the current state of those three projects, and let me know if there's any like major projects that I'm missing.
Yeah, no, those are the main ones. We've got the tech channel, the plant channel, and the music. I would say like I'm a perpetually creative person, even to my detriment. So it's kind of just like I always have some degree of creative project going on, where like the tech stuff is really cool because I get to tinker with things. And the plant stuff is the complete flip side of it, where I'm like, what if I just have hundreds of plants around my house and show the world my weird cat? And the music stuff is like, sometimes I'm sad and want to make music about that. And that just keeps me going.
What are your goals right now for those three projects?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. So I'm a very like not goal-oriented person anymore. I used to be really heavily goal-oriented. Nowadays, I'm like, trying to just stay away from goals. So I would say if I had to pin it down, it would be keep being creative, keep challenging myself, and just try new things. Really trying new things is kind of like how I would boil down this year and the next year kind of into creativity in general.
With so many creative hobbies, are there any other channels that are on your mind that you want to start?
That's, I always told myself I wouldn't be like a multi-channel person. I was like, just one channel, just put everything in one channel. And I think now I'm really happy with my three, where I'm like, I can put lifestyle on my plant stuff. I'm filming a climbing video right now. And I'm like, oh, do I make a climbing channel? No. I'm putting that on my tech channel because I just want to see how things go. Like, I just want to experiment.
I'm tempted to get into that right now.
Yeah, sorry. I'm dropping spoilers.
Well, I think it's so interesting. Let's just get into it. I think it's so interesting that your channel, you've been able to post content that's completely off topic from mechanical keyboards. And it's done well. Actually, your best video of all time is the Air Up review of a water bottle that's like scented water bottle.
Yeah.
And top performing video ever. Because like conventional YouTuber wisdom would say that you stay in your niche. Like, don't get out of those guardrails, or else you're going to pay the price in terms of impressions. And that's going to lead into negative impressions, drop in impressions on your next video. And you just don't know where that spiral is going to stop. So like, how do you think about that? And like, why do you think it works for you?
Well, I think the conventional wisdom is just like fundamentally wrong, and that like it's applying the right train of thought in the wrong way. So like for me, how I make it work is I can make any video I want as long as my audience will enjoy it. So it's like, if you have an audience of skeptical, critical tech people, and you're like, I want to review a water bottle. You don't review a water bottle like a vlogger would review a water bottle. You review a water bottle like a skeptical tech person would review a water bottle. Like, I tackle that in a way that the whole time, I'm a marketing person. So I'm like, the whole time, how is this going to serve my audience? How is this going to meet their expectations of what this video would be like on my channel? And you just fit it into that mold where it's like some things might not fit, right? Like if I wanted to do a cologne review, for example, like it'd be a pretty hard fit to force that onto my audience because that's just not a topic that they would be interested in. But it's like a YouTube sponsorship water bottle. Suddenly that's an angle that's way more interesting. Maybe if I did like Scentbird, for example, that would be a great way of fitting the cologne idea into. Suddenly my audience will care because now it's a skeptical angle. Now it's a critical angle rather than just, I'm interested in cologne. You guys are going to watch this, right? Like that just doesn't work. That's where the fundamental knowledge is correct.
That's interesting because, so I think it's safe to say that you're like the most naturally talented YouTuber that I've met. Like I keep joking that I just assume you like dream in like YouTuber format with like, you know, like little like memes popping up and
yeah.
But I like showed your content to my 72-year-old mom yesterday and she was like into it. She loved it. It was like, you know, a mechanical keyboard. I think it was like your newest video.
Yeah.
And she, you know, doesn't have any idea what a mechanical keyboard is. And she was into it. And so I think what's so impressive about you is like this style that you've created. And I think that anyone can watch your content and enjoy it. Like I wouldn't be surprised if most of your viewers don't even like care about mechanical keyboard. I mean,
yeah, actually
could be.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you like how many hours go into each video? How much forethought goes into each video? How did you develop this style? Because it's so like rapid cuts, sound effects, jokes, nonstop jokes, animation, monologue, dialogue. Like it's pretty much you're never not talking and you talk so fast.
I sure do.
It's like like an 8 to 15 minute video that's just like well scripted, well performed monologue. So like tell me about that.
A lot of time. Actually, now less than I used to. So I used to be pumping like 70 plus hours a week into planning, filming, editing, more planning, more everything. It was just like, how do I make this better constantly? Like I was burning the stick at like both ends, like just overworking myself like crazy. Nowadays,
70 hours is
70 hours.
Insane.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
I would wake up, I'd immediately start, and then it would be late night. I'd go to bed, and that was about it. I just would work in meals in between. I wasn't really even like rock climbing anymore. I wasn't taking care of myself much at all. Just YouTube. Nowadays, it's much more balanced. Like I would say I spend personally about 10 to 20 hours a week on a video. And my editor will also spend about 20-ish hours a week on a video. So it's like a very healthy balance where we work collaboratively on like DaVinci Resolve Cloud. So we're both editing a project back and forth where like he'll do an edit. He'll be like, hey, Hipyo, can you do this a little bit differently? And I re-record a voiceover, or I'm re-recording things. And I would say most of the bulk work now goes into the actual filming and editing process rather than the planning process, because oftentimes like opportunities just end up on my lap now where it's like, we've got this new release, we've got this new thing, there's a big Reddit post blowing up about a topic, and I'm just like, well, there's the free video idea. So less planning nowadays and more just editing, filming, the standard YouTuber stuff.
Do you feel like it's like at a certain point you just sort of nailed the style and you just think that way now, and you don't it doesn't require that much planning because you just like already know how it's going to be?
Yeah, for better or worse. Like it definitely makes you a little bit complacent when you get like a formula. Like sometimes you're like, wait, this is really formulaic. Like I need to switch things up, which is kind of why I'm like challenging myself to do more different things, like do more of that water bottle video style. Or like last year I did a video just critiquing Google's AI because I was like kind of felt like ranting, and that video did pretty well.
I watched it.
Yeah. So it's just, yes, it gets really formulaic sometimes.
Yeah, where's the balance between efficiency and like being too much the same over and over again, like repetition?
I think it's something that like I'm constantly like limit testing with myself, where it's like, it's the balance of comfort with, am I actually doing myself a service in making this formulaic? Like is my audience just, is it like familiar or is it the same? And like, I don't quite know where that line is. Like, it's a little bit fluctuating differently each video.
Yeah. So like we are constantly trying to like be more efficient in our YouTube content and like our entire production pipeline. And I think what'll happen is like we'll become very efficient and like views will go up because we're just like able to do better content or more content.
Yeah.
And then over time, like I think we've fallen into that rut of like it just becomes too much the same. And then we'll start to see it in the analytics. And then we're like, we need to like get back, you know, start doing some more work on like bringing in more new ideas and creativity and making this fresh again. Do you also see the same pattern? Like how into your analytics are you looking every day and how much attention are you paying?
I would say I used to be obsessed with it and it was like definitely negatively affecting my mental health. So nowadays, like analytics wise, not too much. Like I look at how a video performs in the first week and then I'll check back in on it maybe a couple months later. And that's about it. Like I'm not obsessing over like what's my watch duration, what's my like click-through rating. Like for the most part, I'm like, does a video perform well? Are people commenting? Are the comments happy within the first day or two? That's about it. Yeah. The main reason being like, I kind of know now from experience, like, did I make a bad video? And like, you kind of just, if the video is bad, the video is bad, you know, like knowing whether or not the watch time was 30% or 50%, like you just, you know how to fix it. You know when to put in more effort.
Do you find that you know ahead of time? It's like when you release a basketball and you're like, that's not going in, or you know it's going in and you're usually right.
Yeah.
For me, like I find YouTube's the exact opposite. It's like, if I feel like this is a slam dunk, it's definitely going to fail. And if I think like this video is a throwaway, like it's going to be the one that hits.
I've had that happen a couple times. I'd say for the most part, like it's pretty predictable for me. But like, for example,
Before we continue, we threw around a whole bunch of ideas about how to get you to like and subscribe to this channel because of how incredibly important it is for us.
We didn't really want to come up with some shameless plug, but here we are asking for your help because that's what you got to do in order to grow. We can't do this without you. Subscribe now.
The Air Up water bottle video, we'll come back to that. I thought that would do well, but I didn't expect it to do as well as it did. So like I was like, oh, maybe it'll get 100,000 views and I'll be pretty happy because I know it's a good video. But I'm like, it's more niche. Like maybe not everyone's going to be interested in it, but YouTube was like, actually, we'll show this around. We'll do the rounds on this one.
Yeah, 3.6 million views on that video. Go check it out. Dallas will pop it up on the screen somewhere.
That's a wild story. Like I got death threats over that video. Like
what?
I had Hassan reacting to it. Like
okay,
that
we're
was
gonna have to dig into that in a minute.
Yeah.
Here. Bringing it back. I got away from things a little bit, but
sorry.
Bringing it back. So just to tee up like current state. So Hipyo Tech, you're doing about 20 million shorts views a month, about 1.5 million long form views a month right now. Hipyo Plants, I actually don't know. Like, how would you say that's doing viewership wise? Are you paying attention? What's the growth like?
Hipyo Plants is so interesting because it's doing really well on Instagram and TikTok, but not that well on YouTube. It's one of those like the YouTube Shorts sphere is in such a different bubble on YouTube than it is on Instagram and TikTok, where like the main audiences are, for example, on Instagram, like I get 30-year-old women, which is like the main demographic for my plant channel. They're everywhere. They're all over. They're watching my stuff. On YouTube, it's like, we'll give you like 5,000 views because the audience just isn't there.
Yeah.
So,
and you've managed to do so well on every platform. That's what's amazing. Not just Hipyo Plants, but Hipyo Tech as well. Like I think you like 120,000 subscribers on TikTok.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And like for us, like I know that finding that formula and the difference between what works on YouTube and what works on like Instagram or TikTok has been really difficult.
Yeah, I'd say that's like the hardest part nowadays for a lot of creators because if you're lucky, your stuff just automatically applies to each platform. But for most people, that's just not really the case because it's like you have to meet your audience where they're at on each platform. It's like sometimes for shorts, it'll work. Like on Hipyo Tech, I'm just lucky. Like it just works on each platform. I make the same short, I upload it to everything. Like I don't have to put in that much effort. But that's where it's like for my plant account, if I wanted to become strictly a YouTuber with that, like it kind of just wouldn't work with this audience because the audience just isn't there.
And when you started Hipyo Plant, did you go in with the intention of only creating shorts, or did it start with TikTok or Instagram, or did Hipyo Plant start on YouTube and then just kind of transfer out into the other platforms?
Yeah, so Hipyo Plants is interesting because it started as a challenge to myself because I was getting kind of bored the summer of 2023. And I was getting super into plants. And I was like, what if I just made one short every day for 3 months, just over the summer, and see where it went, where I didn't promote it on my main channel. Nobody knew about it. And I grew it from like, I think 0 to 30,000 on Instagram and like 20,000 on TikTok and like 5,000 on YouTube. Just 3 months, just posting a short every day.
The idea that you didn't cross promote is like insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, because like it seems like everything on YouTube is a mystery, right? But it seems like you have this window of time to like convince the platform that this is a hot topic. And like we've definitely noticed you can stoke that fire really well and you can blow something up pretty fast. And that you had the opportunity to do that, but you chose not to. And you're like, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, do you like fear that like that ship may have sailed at some point, and like did you ever think about that? Like maybe it won't go that well. And if I want to promote it, like maybe it'll be too late and like the algorithm won't care anymore.
You know what's amazing is like at the time I was like, I think I was 23 or 24. It was before my frontal lobe fully developed. So nowadays I think about that kind of stuff so often where it's like, oh, the ship is sailing. I'm missing this boat. Back then I didn't care. I was just like, this sounds fun. Let's do this challenge.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh, I need to optimize this or I really want it to do well. It was literally just, here's this challenge idea I had. Let me see it through.
Yeah.
The simpler times.
And then you have Kadeli. You're a recording artist, and you're doing about 14,000 listeners on Spotify per month, which, considering how few tracks you have on there and that it is essentially pop music, that is really tough to do. 14,000. I don't know like how much you pay attention to that.
Yeah.
But like we have our music, people come back to like every day to listen. So like we're not even at that point with our sleep channel. We're not even doing 14,000 listeners a month. And so the fact that you can do it with a pop music channel that's got like what, 20, 25 tracks on there?
Something like that. Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah. That's my new challenge for this year where it's like, I'm uploading one song every single month for the whole year, just because I wanted to see what it would be like to be like a full-time artist as well. I just have these weird challenges where I just get bored and I just have to force myself. But that's this year's is one song a month until probably next March, which big spoilers. Yeah.
Is that like what you want? Do you want to be like a recording artist? Do you want to do like concerts?
I don't know.
Is that your future?
Yeah, I have no idea.
You're just going with
I
the
just
flow.
got to try it. Yeah. Like, I don't think I ever envisioned myself as like doing stadiums or anything like that, just because I don't like traveling that much. But it would be cool if more people listened to my music. Yeah.
I think what's also great on why you've been successful on all these ventures is that you went into them without the intention of being like, I want to be this big YouTuber. I want to do this. You went into it with the intention of, I'm doing this because I enjoy it and I think it's fun. And I think that's a huge lesson for everyone listening is to start and to just do what you enjoy. And when you're doing what you love, you're going to end up attracting the people that love the things that you love also. And then naturally it just ends up taking off. And that's incredibly impressive to just be like, this is growing over here, this is growing over here, this is growing over here, pretty much independently.
Yeah. No, I think like passion is really infectious.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if you're making content about what you're passionate about, like you're going to find those people.
Speaking of cross promotion, if I can just derail real quick, what's going on with your link tree, man? Your link tree, throw that up on the screen for us, Dallas, in post. You can do it if you got it. It is like you've got like 1,000 links in there,
Bro,
and they're mostly affiliate links. Like it's not, you are not like cross promoting in your link tree until the very bottom.
Yeah. So my link tree, the only purpose that it serves is filling in that gap after like YouTube removed links from shorts, and like I do a lot of stuff on TikTok, and this is just my one way of like, if I've made something on something, there it is. Right now, there just isn't a single good link in bio service. God, yeah, it'll go forever. There isn't a single good link in bio service with like a built-in search bar and built-in like context to like what people have clicked on.
Product opportunity.
One of these days when I get one of these software engineers. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Like, do you look at your analytics on here? Do you know, like, are people clicking these?
No, I don't pay for Linktree Premium. This is all
it's just there just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, so a question for aspiring YouTubers out there. When I talk to people about YouTube, one of the number one things that most people say, everybody is like, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel. And then they're like, but I'm not sure what my topic would be. And then I'll be like, oh, well, what's your interest? And they'll be like, oh, my main interest is this, but not that many people are into it. And so coming from someone who has created a massive following in a very small niche of mechanical keyboard modifications and reviews, like, what would you say to people who are worried about that and want to get started? And also, like, what has made your channel the top channel in your niche? Like, why is Switch and Click and Lose Toe, like, why aren't they doing anywhere near the views that you are?
So it's multi-pronged, right? Like, so if your goal is to make a YouTube channel and you have passions, you're going to be so much better off making a YouTube channel about your passions than not your passions, just because it makes it way easier to create content. It makes it way more fun. It makes it genuine so that your audience will actually know that you care about the thing that you care about. And like, I would say the niche doesn't matter. What matters is how you package it, right? Like, in fact, niches are how you perfect your elevator pitch to people, where it's like, so for me, I wasn't the guy making videos on keyboards. I was the guy who filled keyboards with Play-Doh. Even in a niche, I stood out from everyone else as like, he's a bit weird. Like, he does things differently than everyone else. Because like within any niche, you're going to have other people in there. How do you set yourself apart from them? How do you build that platform around that? So I would say don't worry about it. Like, start creating, figure out what you like the most about it, figure out how to set yourself apart, more so than just like, as you said, like, a lot of people just spend time worrying, like, oh, is this going to work? Instead of just seeing if it works. Yeah. And as far as the other question, like, what sets myself apart from other creators? I just make more videos nowadays. Like, for example, Switch and Click, like, they had a kid, they took 9 months off. Like, actually, we were competing neck and neck. Like, they were ahead of me in subscribers for so long.
Really?
And the only time I passed them was once they had a kid and took a break.
Okay.
And they're a great example of people that have tried both sides of YouTube, of like the incredible algorithmic optimization, where they would write out scripts and be like, how do we keep people watching through these seconds and these seconds? And like, they cared so much about everything. And then they've also tried we just are going to make this video and this is the video we're making and not much else. And they've tried both. And it's like really interesting seeing both sides of how each hyper optimized versus we're just enjoying ourselves works. Yeah.
So takeaways, cardinal sin of a YouTuber is having a child. So if you want to have success, don't have kids.
Drew, you are an exception. Powering through when you're having a baby.
Well, it's interesting, actually. Like, them having a kid has motivated them to come back now that they've taken the time away, like paternal leave, right?
Yeah.
So now they're like, we have a new purpose in life. Rather 100%. Than just, yeah.
Like, that was my experience. My son is 3.5, almost 4, actually. So at that time, like 4 years ago, like, and even further back, because like when Courtney got pregnant, my wife got pregnant, that's like 5 years ago now. So think back to 5 years ago, like, we were like not professional and we were not taking this as serious as we should, like probably not spending as much time on it. And definitely like knowing that a kid is coming, like, lit a fire under my ass, like nothing else, to like, let me make sure that I'm successful and do everything that I can. Yeah. So I think, we joke, but I think the best thing that you can do to motivate yourself to do anything is to have a kid, because now there's another life dependent on you.
Yeah. No, that was me like when I got funny enough, my cat. Because it was like,
That's a child. Like, you're
yeah,
right.
there's now another thing dependent on me. Like if I suddenly don't make videos, and that's my cat that won't have a nice balcony with sun to enjoy. Like if I have to move, or like in a weird twisted way, it works.
Needs the premium food and the
Right?
premium kitty litter. Come on.
She's
You can't
gotta
just
get
give him regular kibble.
Oh yeah, and then
Yeah,
what kind of cat?
Is that a Cornish Rex that you
Cornish
have?
Rex, yeah.
Yeah,
You're like the first person to guess it on.
it was a team effort. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm obviously a big cat guy, and
Yeah.
my cat is my son. And so seeing your cat in all your videos, I'm like, he's a cat guy. He's got to be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, she's my baby. Yeah, I love her so much.
How old is she?
She's just turned 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
The baby.
She's a little tiny baby. And she used to
Oh.
just sit in my hoodie as I was filming videos. And it was just like, yeah, just having a special helper can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that for
Yeah.
sure.
I remember a call from Travis like early one morning. He was like, "Hey, I'm not going to make our morning meeting. Like, I don't know what to do." I was ignoring Perseus and he got mad and he threw up all over my keyboard. It's like, my MacBook won't work anymore. I need to find a place to repair it.
It was intentional.
Wow.
It was, and he doesn't usually do that.
Yeah.
But I was like, he was trying to get my attention, I'm like, stop, just stop. Like, and then all of a sudden he like slowly goes over, and then he was like, doing
Targeted.
his thing, just all over the keyboard. And actually, that's funny because it brings me back to your content, because I had to fix the keys on my Mac,
Mhm.
and it was so stressful for me. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
so stressful for me. And I broke some of the prongs on taking it. Like, I watched how to do it, and
yeah.
I thought I was doing it right. And and now my period doesn't work the same. I got to give it a little extra fuck. And so when I saw your content, I'm like, you do this for fun. Like, you take it apart. But for me, it is so stressful. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just like, what if one of those little clips breaks? Like, what do I do? I gotta buy a whole nother extra set of keys. Like, there's so much that goes into it. So that's a whole nother impressive feat on top of the content that you create. The fact that you do it for fun and take these things apart and put Play-Doh and tape inside.
Yeah. Well, and that's like half of what made my channel, I guess, get set apart, is like that fear is my channel is dispelling that fear. Like, if you have the knowledge, it can be really fun.
Mhm.
It's like if you're building a Lego set without instructions, that's so stressful.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, if I lose this piece, if I do this, I need to take it back apart. But if you're building a Lego set with instructions, it's a relaxing, lovely, wonderful time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of taking that same premise, applying it to keyboards. Like, you can do it. You can customize it. You can change things out. It doesn't have to be like, the world is ending. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was going through your stuff, I was like, I wish I had found your content sooner.
Yeah.
Like, I would feel more comfortable getting,
Yeah.
into the Mac.
Yeah.
What are the traits of a Cornish? What is it? Cornish Rex?
Cornish Rex.
I think, so I don't know the traits, but I think a very noticeable one is its velvet fur.
Yeah.
Are they hypoallergenic?
Yeah, she is.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm allergic to cats, but I love them so much. So it was like, had to get a hypoallergenic cat. She's short hair, but it's like curly and really velvety. She's so warm because they have a warmer body temperature than most cats. I could rant about cats for so long, so I won't go too
Let's
crazy.
go.
Yeah.
Changing the subject.
Cat podcast. Let's
Hipyo
go.
Cats, new
Hipyo
channel.
Cats.
We're in.
Yeah. But she's just incredibly friendly, very dog-like. Loves
Ah.
to be the center of attention. She loves rocks. She loves butt slaps. She loves being sprayed by spray bottles. Anything that like you might think a cat might not like, she loves it. Yeah.
Crazy.
Her favorite thing in the world is a lint roller. I literally lint roll her, and she's obsessed.
Did you notice like an uptick in streams when you started to put him in your videos?
Oh yeah, no, like I've actually done so. Hipyo Plants is where I feature a lot of Nola, my cat, and one of the shorts of me introducing her to rocks blew up. So I've done like the Dodo reached out, and there's now a Dodo video of Nola. I don't know, you know the Dodo, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it-
like 14 million subscribers. Can we pull up the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the
The
best
Dodo.
animal stories ever. They make me want to cry every
Yeah.
time.
So one of the things is I did a Dodo video with Nola.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
And it was like, we scripted this whole thing. Granted, they butchered it in edit. I was so sad.
Oh no.
I gave them this incredible script. I filmed an incredible outline, and they picked like the dumbest first clip to lead the whole video. And I was just like,
Trust the creator. Trust the creator here.
but if you search like the Dodo cat that likes rocks, it would probably show up. But
So
Yeah,
wait,
anyways.
how did you become affiliated with them?
they just reached out because it went so viral. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
So they just basically reposted your content?
Yeah. And no. So they filmed they edited the whole thing and pasted it, and they put their little Dodo music on it. And like, there's a
Oh.
3-minute version of it too that went live on Facebook. It was a very interesting experience working with like structured YouTube, where it was like super corporate. Like, it was weird how they wanted me to film and structure everything too. But yeah, I created this whole narrative of how like I wanted to figure out what things she didn't like being scratched by, because she likes being scratched by such random objects.
Yeah.
She likes being swatted by a fly swatter. Like, it's
Pat on the butt. Nice and hard.
butt pats. But ultimately, she loved rocks the most. So I call my house Nola's Geology Club because she loves rocks so much, and anyone that
that's
comes over
hilarious.
gets to scratch her with a rock.
Did you do this for free?
Yeah.
Did they even like? It doesn't even. They don't even say Hipyo.
It credits me in the description. That's about it. Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about it?
It was an experience. I
Would you
mostly
do it
just did
again?
it because it was probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for me, it was, I wanted to see what it would be like working with a channel like that. I got a lot of knowledge of doing that. Probably wouldn't do it again. Yeah, because they butchered the edit so bad that it got like no views. I could have gotten more views just uploading it to my own channel.
Mm,
Dang.
Yeah.
disappointing.
Disappointing, but
Yeah,
fun.
It's hard when those big channels end up taking your content to share it. It's like they don't want to really help you.
Yeah.
Like they're just trying to. I mean, I get it, but it's like if you got that many big of a following, this is your chance to help another creator
Yeah.
out. Like, why don't you showcase them? Straight.
Yeah, no, it was all for them. I even like launched merch alongside the Dodo video launching, expecting it to do well. And they like, for the first 2 days, didn't promote the merch link like they said they would.
That's.
And I was just like,
Do you have to reach out?
Yeah, I had to reach out and be like,
Oh.
hey, the link's missing on the Facebook post. Because like Facebook's their biggest page. I think it's like 30 million followers
Oh
or
my
something.
god.
It's huge. And the link was missing. And I was just like, it's whatever. It was a couple years ago. But
That's weird. You
They're
I
like, oops.
yeah,
Sorry.
oopsie, sorry.
I feel like you never hear about a creator whose like number one platform is Facebook.
Yeah.
That's
28 million likes? Yeah. Oh no, 52 million followers.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Facebook is still alive and breathing and,
Oh,
and moving. Huh?
Facebook's insane for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm, it's true. Especially the older generation.
Yeah. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
their main demo is hitting like old people that like cute animals.
Yep. And that's
So
It's a good demo. Yeah.
they're killing it.
Until they all die.
Yeah.
But then we'll be in their place loving the cute animals.
On another platform.
Yeah.
Not on
yeah,
Facebook.
that's true. That's true.
But yeah, sorry. Dodo detour, cat detour.
Rolling it all the way back to the very beginning. So you described your childhood as, quote, nerdy yeehaw.
Yeah. Nerdy yeehaw.
You grew up outside of Sacramento, a rural area. You started YouTube, I think, when you were 11.
Yeah.
You made 91 YouTube videos that, at least that you haven't deleted, before you ever made a keyboard video.
Yeah.
Was being a YouTuber an early dream of yours, or was it just like the normal thing for kids in your area to do at that time?
I think it was always an aspiration. Like I watched so much YouTube growing up. I never really watched TV or movies that often because I had 3 siblings and they would always hog the TV. So I would have the little like personal computer in the corner and I'd hop on YouTube and I'd be watching random YouTube videos all the time.
Are you the youngest?
Yeah, I'm the youngest. So for me, it was always just like YouTube was something that like I saw people doing. I thought it was cool. So I wanted to try it out. So it's like I made Minecraft videos. I made random modding videos. I made 8-bit remixes because I wanted music experimenting stuff. I just had ideas and just uploaded them like all the time. But I always quit.
That's what I wanted to
Literally.
ask you.
Oh,
Like your early content, specifically, like the first 2 videos you ever did were Minecraft videos, and they both got close to 100,000 views, and most of that happened like right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Which is like a wild success for your first,
Yeah.
like insane success for your first video. And then like some of your 8-bit remixes did very well too. Like I think it's the Frozen one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman? 8-bit remix. no longer live,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But you went through so many different subject matters and you did well in at least a few of them. So like, why did it keep changing? Why did you not double down on any one thing that seemed like it had momentum?
Yeah, I think it just boils down to being a teenager who like my interests changed so often and I had no commitment to them. Which is like, I mean, it let me have fun. I think my biggest regret is not sticking with something, because if I would have just stuck with Minecraft sooner or stuck with gaming and just not quit, I would have had such a huge leap over every other like gaming channel and every other person in those niches at the time, because I was successful right out of the gate and then just kept quitting over and over again. So it was just, I just had different interests and I just kept following them to my own detriment.
Until you came to the keyboards.
Yeah.
And then did you take that past knowledge of the quitting and lock it in and be like, I'm not going to quit this time. I'm going to see this through and just stay committed.
Yeah, it was like July of 2020. I was like locked down, no job, taking summer classes in my last year of college. And I was just like getting into keyboards because I was playing Valorant a lot. I don't know if you know Valorant, but it's a shooter game where the better or like the lower your sensitivity on your mouse, the better it is, which means you have to move your mouse around really far motions. I kept hitting my keyboard over and over again because I had a full-sized, huge, bulky keyboard. And I was like, I need a smaller keyboard. But all you knew is you knew keyboard. It has a numpad, like not much else to it. Gaming keyboards at the time were really big and bulky. And that sent me down my first rabbit hole of like researching keyboards. And eventually I realized the keyboard that I wanted was not one you could just buy. It was one you had to make. And I was like, the concept of making a keyboard sounded really interesting to me at the time because I had built computers before. And I was like, okay, that sounds kind of fun. I found a Discord community that I really liked. I joined them. And this Discord community was like a couple thousand people strong for a small niche keyboard brand. And it was like, hey, if you buy this keyboard and you take the packaging foam that came with it and you put it in the keyboard, it sounds better. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll try that and film it to prove like before and after, is it better or not? That was my first video. I remember filming it like, I think it was like 40 minutes. So my girlfriend was in the shower at the time and I was bored. And I was like, let me just film this real quick. And that was about the amount of time I had before she would bother me again. And yeah, I uploaded that and I was like, oh, people on the Discord liked it. Like people were like, hey, this is a helpful video. This is cool. And I was like, well, I'm getting more into this keyboard thing. Like, I guess as I get into it, I'll just keep filming the stuff that I make. And it was after maybe a few months that I was like, this is doing better than I expected. Let me not quit. Let me just not quit. Let me just see it through. And I remember getting monetized Christmas Eve of 2020. So 2021 rolled into the year. I was monetized. Didn't have that many subscribers, but I said, I will try it for 1 year. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try it for 1 year and I'm going to not quit. And here we are.
Good for you.
So I would challenge that timeline because just
please.
looking at your
Please.
YouTube or your YouTube studio page, it was July 25th, 2020. You posted how to foam mod a keyboard with packing foam.
Yeah.
And this video did very well, but it actually didn't do well until it was like 5 or 6 months old. So it didn't really take off until like the end of December.
Yeah. Well, hold on. What were the views like in the first couple weeks?
1,200 in the first month. That's also only 7 days.
Yeah. That was huge for me. I was so stoked.
But you'd had a lot
views.
of that level of success already. You'd had
Yeah.
many, many videos that had done, like when you first started, like at that point, you had 2,300 subs already.
Yeah.
And you had a cumulative 671,000 views. I mean, that's over a long period of time.
Yeah.
But that takes a lot of videos to do at least that well,
Yeah.
you know? So, and then what I find even more interesting is, you know, the channel doesn't really take off. None of those keyboard videos take off for until like the end of 2020, the very end.
Yeah.
But between July 25th in the end of the year, you did 37 keyboard videos.
Yeah, I was going
and
crazy.
you basically just almost immediately dropped everything else that you were making.
Yeah.
Without any sort of proof of concept, basically.
I was having fun. I was having so much fun. It was literally just like I kept getting new keyboards in the mail. I kept making videos on them. It was, I think, like every 4 days or something like that. I was making a video while still finishing my last year of college. It was
37
insane.
videos in 5 months. It's crazy.
And also, that can end up being an expensive hobby to just be buying a keyboard so frequently.
Yeah. From getting laid off, I was on, what's it called? Like the stimulus check, unemployment leave.
Furlough.
And none of it hit until I think it was like 8 or 9 months because I didn't have a driver's license. So like they didn't have ID to verify it. I kept trying to call in. Anyways, I got one huge check all at once and was like, what if I spend this on keyboards?
Investment to your future.
And I spent a lot of it on keyboards.
How much are we talking?
Thousands of dollars on keyboards and like camera gear and other stuff. Cause I was living with my sister and like not paying too much in rent. I was paying like a couple $100 a month in rent. So it was like not too much. I was just like, I'll just buy lots of keyboards. That'll be fun.
Where do you put them all? Do you keep them all, or do you have like a warehouse that's just stacked filled with all the keyboards?
Got a wall of keyboards. I know that.
Yeah, I've got a closet of shame, where it's just a closet full of about 100 keyboards and a bunch of different keyboard parts, and that's the closet of shame. And then I have a guest room of shame, which is an additional like huge bookshelf plus like a Harry Potter closet that's just filled to the brim with keyboards. A lot of them I try and get rid of by just giving them away. But like for most of them, I can't sell them. Like it would either create a tax nightmare or they're prototypes. And then the ones that I buy, it's like I can sell those, but that's a lot of work. They're lots of keyboards. I have about 150, 200 right now.
Do you still have the very first keyboard that you made?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I'm so big on firsts. Like my first crystal singing bowl, my first this. I'm like, I cherish this. So I wasn't sure.
I might. I try not to be sentimental because otherwise I could be really sentimental and just hold on to so many things.
Hoard it all.
Yeah.
Guilty.
So I try to get rid of a lot of things. But yeah, I have so many keyboards.
That's cool.
So your early keyboard videos, they're like borderline ASMR. Some of them are even titled ASMR. Was that the plan at the beginning? Like, I'm going to create ASMR keyboard content? Or it was already like a hybrid between like informational content and ASMR. And like, did you do that because you were a big ASMR fan? Like, are you?
So I did really like ASMR at the time. It was multiple prongs. So like I liked ASMR a lot at the time. Also, one of my biggest inspirations was a channel called Wildcat. And he's a Korean guy who did entirely captioned videos because it let him release videos across like the world. And he had really cute like stop motion, and it was just silent and relaxing. And like he was kind of who brought a lot of people into the keyboard space. So a lot of people at the time saw keyboards as almost attached to ASMR, where it was like, oh, the really fancy keyboards, those are relaxing and they sound really nice. And that was kind of a way of just like attaching value to custom keyboards as a concept. Absolutely love this guy's content. It's just insanely relaxing. He doesn't upload very much anymore. It's really sad. I miss him, which is sadly the story of most keyboard channels. Yeah, isn't that just so cute?
It is.
He just makes really cute, wholesome content. And it's kind of genius because it lets you release the video across the whole world with just captions and relaxing style.
It's done really well too.
Oh, it's excellent. Yeah. It's very relaxing, very calming music, lots of great sounds. Absolutely lovely.
I didn't know keyboard ASMR was like a thing until I came across it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is like my heaven.
Yeah.
Because when I was a little kid, my parents are deaf. And so she talked on this thing called the TTY. And it was like, and it just, it thocked. Like I didn't know that word. I'm sure we'll get to that later. But every single day, every day I would come in to the office and I would just thock it because it sounded so good.
Yeah.
And then I found out there's all these keyboards that have different docks. And I'm like, I need
Yeah.
a good docking keyboard in my life.
Oh, I brought some that I'll have to show you later.
I can't wait to see.
It's like visceral how nice they are.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh, but yeah,
keep
sorry. The
myself
third
from
prong
going on
of
that.
why I started as ASMR. I didn't like my voice. I didn't like how I looked. So I just didn't want to include myself in these videos. That was like, it took me quite a while. You mentioned my videos started to do well at the end of 2020. That was because I finally did a voiceover.
It was your early content that took off, though. It was
Really?
the faceless, voiceless stuff
Oh.
that took off. Yeah, it was that that first video was your main one.
Yeah.
that ended up taking off in January, especially, but at the end of December.
Yeah.
And that really was like your number one, I believe, leading the
May of 2021.
The
Interesting,
impressions.
yeah. Huh.
moving on to January 2021. This is when views really take off for you. Month over month, you go from 75,000 views to 385,000 in 1 month. What is going through your mind at that time? Like, are you excited about it? Do you feel pressure to like capitalize on it? Did you worry that it was just temporary?
There was a very transformative time for me because like January 6th, 5 days after I decided I was going full time on YouTube, like my girlfriend of like a year broke up with me. And it was like really catastrophic mentally at the time. But also, my channel had just started to do well. I had just committed to full time. So thankfully, it was a positive enough mental state where I was like, I'm not going to stop, because I definitely had those thoughts. But I was like, I am going even harder into YouTube. And that was, I kept uploading. I think I took a very small, like, couple day break to be sad. And then other than that, it was just like, I'm going to upload nonstop. I'm going to come up with more creative ideas. Like, I started live streaming like crazy too. It just sent me down like the Sigma grind set path to put it any other way.
YouTube was your rebound.
YouTube was my rebound, especially because it was like COVID and I was like, I'm not going to be dating again for a bit. So yeah.
And that's when you did the face reveal, which
Mhm.
I watched your face reveal video. I think it's hidden behind your membership wall.
Yeah.
But your excitement and energy is like maxed out on that
Yeah.
video. Like, you are just having the best time.
Yeah.
And you had like crazy views for that video.
Yeah.
Like, your live viewership on that was like better than we've ever had, I think. And that was like early days. Talk to me about like that time and that excitement, like why you chose to put your face in there finally.
I finally just realized that I didn't care anymore. Maybe it was the combo of like being really sad, like from personal life stuff, but then also really happy with how YouTube was going, where I was like, I'm just not going to care. I'm just going to show my face. I'm just going to commit to like, because one of my friends told me like, if you just did all of these ideas that you had, you'd do so much better. It was Glars's. We love Glars's so much. One of the goats of keyboard YouTube. He was like, if you just showed your face and did the skits that you were telling me about, because I would tell him like, I want to do this skit. I want to do this thing. He was just like, just do it. Just stop delaying it. Just do it. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm doing it. And it was like liberating. I was so excited.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And there's that element too of like, oh, here he is.
The goat.
What's his following?
1 point something million. The greatest keyboard channel. He's objectively better than me in every way. Period.
Have you
Yeah.
met him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Went on the Germany trip together and that was really nice.
What was that like to meet? Like, would you classify him as like a hero or an idol?
It's so interesting because
A
he's a
role
hero
model?
and an idol, a role model, but also a peer. Where it's like we help each other out. We give each other life advice. We give each other YouTube advice. And it's just like, it's kind of come full circle where it was like, he was the guy that I was like looking up to because he blew up quicker than me. He kept releasing these videos that were just like hit after hit after hit after hit. He nailed everything. So he was like a huge role model for me. And then meeting him in person, then finally like surpassing him in subscribers was so bittersweet. Like it felt really like him and Teha Types. Teha Types is the other really big keyboard creator that got almost everyone into keyboards. Like he has this one sound test video that blew up and everyone was like, wait, keyboards can sound good. And the day I passed him, I like actually cried. I was so sad. Like,
It's like beating your dad in basketball.
yeah. Yeah, that was truly like a moment. And now he's moved on to other things. He's like an engineer at like NASA or something.
Oh wow. That's so interesting that it was sad for you to pass him up. And I think it's interesting too. I think tell me if you agree with this, but I think YouTube is a unique platform in that like if someone's in the same niche as you, we've noticed more often than not, like you're fast friends, you know, instant homies. But other platforms, I would say it's the exact opposite. Like it's much more competitive in the Instagram space. You DM somebody in your same niche, even if they're on your same level in viewership or following or whatever. There's a very standoffish vibe. I don't know if you've experienced that dichotomy as well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Why do you think that is?
YouTube just has like a general sense of camaraderie, I think. And the other platforms, like maybe it's that you're competing so tightly for people's attention because you're competing for what the algorithm shows people. Whereas with YouTube, it feels more like even though the algorithm's showing you something, you chose to click on that video. Like it's still your choice. So it's almost like a different mindset as a creator where it's like, for me, all of these people, even though we were competing for that 20 minutes that somebody's going to watch a video, we always just saw each other as peers. It was like if one person's video does well, they're going to watch another keyboard video afterwards.
This is what we're always saying.
Yeah.
I think that it's so sad that there's a lot of creators who think the opposite, I think. Like, oh, if your video does well, it's like going to be the death of my content. And I'm always talking to our peers about like, I think all boats rise with the tide on YouTube. Like, especially if you're in like a really small niche. Like our niche started out really small. Proud to say that I think we had a big impact on growing it, but there's been a lot of other people who have grown it as well. And like, we've benefited from that. And they've benefited from us. And it just goes both ways.
That's right. And then the problem with those other social medias is it's kind of like they want to be the chosen one. They want to be the one of the platform. They're like, no. Like I'm keeping all this in. Whereas like, again, YouTube, we all rise together. It's like if they watch this keyboard video, they're going to watch another keyboard video.
Yeah.
They watch the sound bath content, they're going to watch other sound bath content, and everybody wins.
Yeah. And it's so vain on other platforms too. We used to joke in the keyboard creator sphere, we called it the Glarses rocket, where every time Glarses uploaded, he got more than 1 million views. He was cooking. But like we might have a slump, Glarses uploads carried everybody up for like a couple months.
Wow.
Where it was because people would suddenly, he was like the keyboards are an entertaining topic person. And then we were like, here's how you dive in more once you're interested. So he'd get all these people in the door and we'd show them the show basically.
Is it now like the Hipyo rocket? Do you feel like your content has filled that void now?
It's weird because now, like, I guess in a way it's the only thing that could fill the void because nobody else is really making content. Like you've got Switch and Click, like Lewis uploads the occasional video, Squashy Boy uploads the occasional video. Other than that, the keyboard sphere is like kind of dead, which is really depressing from like a community standpoint. But like all the other great creators have just kind of faded. They make videos less. We don't really collaborate anymore.
So why do you think you're the sole survivor, essentially?
Maybe it's stubbornness. I don't like, for me, I still see so much potential. Like keyboards as a topic is still so cool. Like there's still so many people like y'all hadn't tried custom keyboards before. The moment you try one, you're going to be like, whoa, that's insane. I didn't even know that was possible. And there's still so many people out there that can have that aha moment. And I'm like, we haven't hit it yet. Like we haven't hit peak saturation yet. Like there's still so much room for the niche to grow. It's just growing in a different direction than most people thought it would. Like for a lot of people, they thought like, you'll always be building a custom keyboard. And nowadays it's like, now you can buy a custom keyboard that's pre-built, that's better than the ones you used to build 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So it's just a totally different hobby now.
Yeah, let's try them. Let's bust them out. A month ago, I didn't know these existed.
That's so exciting, actually.
I use that right there.
Yeah, so this is modified, but go ahead and just...
Whoa! Oh my gosh, this is like is like gold bullion right
And like,
here.
what's crazy is
Oh my.
I didn't bring any super duper fancy expensive ones. These are just basic.
Drew, what's going on here?
So just like, oh, I got to use my strong arm to lift this one. No
So for
left.
It sounds like a block.
Like this is so heavy.
And here's
This
a
is
contrast. So I
solid.
brought this one as well. This is like a cheap one, in air quotes, a cheap custom keyboard.
Is this literally like weighted? Like,
so
is
that's
it
full
deliberately
aluminum,
heavy?
and then yeah, you can see on the back there's a weight in it, embedded in it.
Oh wow! Oh yeah.
And like
there's a
the
weight.
main appeal of custom keyboards is that like it's a tool you use every single day, and nobody thinks about customizing it, which doesn't make any sense, right? Like
Yeah.
you go, you buy a car, you want the car to fit the specs that you're doing.
Okay, here we go.
It's pretty nice.
Oh, man.
That one I actually think sounds nicer.
That's right. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But it's like clack versus thok. That's
Yeah.
a thok, that's a clack.
That's exactly what it sounds
Right.
like.
But it's
Just that.
subjective. Some people really love that sound more than that.
It's
sound.
like a higher pitch and then
Yeah.
a lower pitch. It's like a more rounded sound.
Yeah. And a lot
So-
of that is the beauty of custom keyboards.
Oh,
Where
I
it's
need
like,
one like this.
I've been digging into like the
love it.
lingo. Like,
yeah,
so you're into bouldering, rock
yeah,
climbing.
oh yeah.
Which do you think has like which wins in the lingo
Oh,
realm?
man.
Like if I were to say like these keys, this keyb has some thocky stabs,
Yeah,
or like
that's good. You did your
like
research.
let me dyno this slab and hope that I don't barn door too much.
Yeah, let me red point that and oh, I barn doored. I would say they both are just delightfully jargony. Like I love the moment a group of people get together, they're like, how do we create this jargon that as an outsider you have to like get more involved to understand this better? And like so much of my job as a keyboard creator is breaking down the jargon to make it more understandable. Because it's like thok. I like popularize that word. It just means deep keyboard sounds.
It works so well.
Yeah.
It's like when I hear the word thok, I think of the sound that I imagine it makes. Like,
Yeah.
thok.
It originated as a way of describing a keyboard sound where it sounded like an axe hitting a tree, a thok,
Okay.
which is like technically it is more deep than that even, but it kind of has morphed. The keyboard community took it onto itself and was like, this just means good sounds. And I was like, no, it means deep sounds.
Mhm.
No, creamy means good sounds. There's creamy and thocky and clacky and marbly and so many different ways of breaking it all down. I love jargon. I also brought a third one.
Trade me.
I could tap this
Pick
all
this
day.
thing up.
Dude, this is like,
And I think
this is at least 10 pounds, huh?
That's heavy, yeah.
like bring it back to YouTube. This is where it's an interesting challenge, right? Where
I like that one better.
this is a niche that makes way more sense when you're in person and can try these keyboards in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you make content that describes that feeling and that like enjoyment to someone that can't try it?
Yeah, I think like showcasing the sound really does
Yeah.
bring that into your space through the digital realm as best as you could. you
Yeah.
know?
Big time.
This one I just brought because it's very interesting. It doesn't actually sound the best, but it's so visually interesting.
Oh my God.
And it's
I need to
so
put
this is a great example of where gaming keyboards are going. So like this is a popular style of gaming keyboard where the switches in this keyboard have magnets in them so that like the individual actuation point can be tracked. If you're big on gaming, that's
Oh,
really
wow.
significant. These are mechanical switches. That's a magnetic switch keyboard.
Oh, this is more clacky.
Yeah, super clacky.
I like it though. It's like
Yeah.
This
It's
one's
like
my
a-
favorite.
that one's. It's gonna be hard for me to resist.
They're amazing,
Yeah,
right?
we
So
need to-
actually the reason why I brought these 3 keyboards is because these are 3 keyboards that I could give away. So these are your keyboards. if you
No
want them.
way.
Oh,
yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude,
I was gonna
what
ask
I'm
you which
keyboard
one I
Oprah.
should pick up because
Yeah.
I wanted to
What
buy
a
one.
gift.
So you'll
Yeah.
have to fight amongst each other of who gets which, but
Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Dibs.
wow. That's funny. I was thinking I really like to gift you a singing bowl, but we literally are completely out of them.
well, you know that foam I could stuff in a keyboard.
there you go. Got a
and
box
that would make
full
a
of
pretty
foam.
sick mod.
Done.
Yeah, so this keyboard is really cool in that it's like rapid
Thank you.
disassembly. So like
This one's
Theoretically.
sweet.
Oh,
my gosh.
whoa.
that's how quick it is to mod this keyboard.
Whoa.
You just pop it out and you could fill it with foam or do whatever that quickly.
Oh, that's nice.
You know what's great about this is like I am not a tinkerer. I basically get like the bare minimum use out of something, and then that's like all I'll ever do with it. So I would never do something like this for myself. So thank you. I get to benefit from it. But at the same time, it's also kind of sad that I won't mod it. Like it's a waste on me.
I think what you might find is eventually you might want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one is so sweet.
I think,
thank you so much.
Yeah,
Of course.
what a gift.
What a gift.
Let's check it out.
Yeah. One for Dallas even?
I figured you might like that one the best. Based off what keyboard you told me you had decided on. Yeah.
It's like you already knew us. These are my colors. These are my colors.
But yeah, anyways, so those are some fun keyboards to play around with.
All right,
Thank you.
I'll write some
Thank
emails.
you.
Okay, I'll get to those comments.
Pull that out of frame.
Yeah. Now you get to enjoy that while you're commenting. Okay, so you start off strong in January. You go faceless, and basically it's just dramatic growth from there. So you just pretty much every month is better. You stay on a pretty even trajectory all the way through the end of the year. You have 3.6 million views in December, your highest month of all time at that point by far, coming from at the beginning of the year, the 38,000 or 385,000 up to 3.6 million views. And you finished out the year over 20 million total for the year. Previous year, 170K.
That's insane.
That's a big jump.
Looking at that number, that's crazy. I mean, it tracks though. November is when I moved to Seattle, and
2019
of 2021.
2021.
So like at that point, I wasn't making enough money to pay for Seattle rent, but like my girlfriend and I at the time, we wanted to just move somewhere. We were like, we just need to get out of California. Like California's not vibing. Had visited Seattle, loved Seattle, and we're like, for me, it was like, what if I just light a fire under my, am I allowed to swear? What's the swearing?
We'll bleep you.
We'll bleep you.
All right, I lit a fire under my ass and was like, I just need that challenge of like pushing it further. So got a 6-month rental, fully furnished, paying $3,000 a month in rent, which at the time was cheap for Seattle.
Yeah.
And couldn't afford it whatsoever, but was like, maybe in 6 months I'll make it work. So that's, I think, why you see me grinding so heavily.
You know, in the
Towards the
business
end of the
world,
year.
a lot of people would say that that's exactly what you should do. That you just need to put yourself in a situation where you must win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing. That it, like you said, it lights a fire under your ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think for some people, it's like a really productive way to just push yourself over that edge of like, just commit to it. And
Yeah.
for me, I was like, it's the end of a year. I know I want to keep doing this next year. And I was like, okay, that's already a good baseline. So it's like, how do I make this work? Because I was making like, I think 35 or 40 grand by the end of the year, which is not enough for the
like
average.
for the whole year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And like my ex didn't have a job. So it was like, I was at the time the sole provider, also not being able to, it was sketchy.
The struggle.
It was
is real.
sketchy, but it was a necessary struggle.
Taking that step is so big. When you're like, I'm going to become a full-time YouTuber. When you made that choice, YouTube wasn't financially fully supporting you. So you were really jumping in the cold water.
Oh yeah. When I made the choice in January, I had made like maybe $100
Wow.
at the time in January.
Commitment.
Yeah. I had done one live stream and that was about it, where I had made like a little bit of donations because AdSense wasn't coming through yet. And at the time, my old job had offered me a job back as like a slightly higher position where it was like, hey, come back to the climbing gym. Like, we need you. The gym's opening back up. And I was like, no. I'm going to be a YouTuber, guys. It's going to work.
Listen to this guy. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Look at me
So it was
now.
terrifying.
Yeah.
It was terrifying. Yeah.
So then you jump in both feet,
Mhm.
and then you just have like almost like immediate just like rewards. Like May, 50K subs.
Yeah.
From I think you started that year around 3.
Yeah.
June, first time you hit 1 million long form views in a month.
Yeah.
July, you hit 100K, only 2 months to get from 50K to 100K.
Mm-hmm.
And the year ends with 308,000 subs.
Wow.
Like, it must have felt so much like you rolled the dice and you hit the jackpot. Like,
Yeah.
How fun was that time?
I was having the time of my life. Like, despite working, what's crazy is like I kept having friends be like, dude, you need to slow down. Like, you're doing too much. You're gonna get burnt out. Like, because I was working like 70 plus hours making all these videos every week, like just trying to make it work. And everyone was like, you're gonna get burnt out. And I was like, no, I'm having the time of my life. Like, I am literally living my dream every single day. Like, why would I ever get burnt out? Like, this is perfect. It was exhilarating. It was amazing. Yeah.
And you're doing it all by yourself at this point, right?
Yeah.
And so December 2020 to December 2021,
Mm-hmm.
life change.
Yeah.
Like, what is that like?
Everything changed. I graduated college. I had gotten into a different relationship. I had gone full time on YouTube. I had moved out to Seattle from California when like I had only really known living in California. Everything was different.
And by the end of that year, what was like your monthly revenue? Because it must have been 3.6 million views in a month.
Yeah, I think I had made it up to like 100 and my projected for 2022 was like 150K a year or something like that. Where it was like, that's huge. I can pay rent. I can do whatever. I can buy new gear. Like, I can put savings away.
And you're how old? 22?
At the time I was, I think 22. It was what? I'm 26 now. Math is hard. Yeah.
So you're
My favorite
22-year-old
quote.
projecting $150,000 salary for
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
Things are looking up.
Yeah. No, it was insane.
And then, 2022. I mean, you must have destroyed whatever expectation you had because you're now doing your shorts are taking off too at this point, and so your shorts viewership goes up to 49 million almost, and long form views 28 million, up from 20 million the year before. And then in 2023, the party just keeps going, and then. In August, things really change where shorts really blow up for you.
Yeah.
And you go from like, what's the previous month before August? What's July? 3 million short form views up to almost 14 million in 1 month.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
What was that like? Like, what impact did that level of increase in shorts have on you? Because you don't earn a lot of money on shorts.
Back
We
then
all
you
know
did.
that. You did.
Oh, back then.
Was
you
it because
did,
it
yeah.
was the beta program back then?
Back then, yeah, there was a YouTube shopping beta that was kind of broken. They didn't set it up correctly, so it was pulling in like I think 20 grand a month.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how? Like, explain it to me. Like, I don't even know what it is.
So the way that they had it set up was that they paid you a flat, like I think it was 20 or 30 cents per click on links in YouTube shopping just because they wanted the data. And back then you could tag anything as a YouTube shopping link.
So this is just like affiliate links, basically.
No, they were just links.
Any link.
They were just links.
What?
Yeah. So I
Wow.
wasn't getting affiliate revenue. I was getting a flat payment from YouTube every time somebody clicked something.
Wow.
So I didn't care if somebody bought it. I didn't care about anything other than just if you click it, I make money.
Wow.
It was a really broken time. I made a disgusting amount of money from that.
Like, what kind of links were you posting?
Anything. Like I would do a video of my whole, like I would unbox a keyboard, for example. The keyboard couldn't be taggable, but I would tag my mouse on my desk and my desk mat and my monitor and my microphone. And people would get curious and click it. And if you get a short getting 10 million views, you'd get maybe 10, 20,000 clicks.
So it's like a link in the description
It was pinned on, it's like how YouTube shopping works now, except like,
in the video.
it's embedded as a button in the video. It was such a cheat code. It was the stupidest like 4 or 5 months.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
What were
Yeah.
we doing at that
Ex- I'm
time?
Well, it was
wondering
invite
the same
only.
thing.
It was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I got incredibly lucky by that because that helped me just like stack my savings.
And what was that time period that lasted for?
It was only a couple months, and I think the end of 2022 leading into 2023.
And then when that switch got turned off, is that what happened? It just got turned off, or did they lower the rate? Or
They straight turned it off. Yeah.
And then what was that like for you?
It was expected, so I knew to prepare for that.
Okay.
There were other points where so I had prepared for that by putting links in the description of my shorts that were actual affiliate links, where it was I have an amazing privilege where I just like getting people into keyboards. So I can make videos on 100 different keyboards and I do not care which one you buy. I am incredibly corrupt in that I want you to buy a keyboard. And I'm very upfront about that. I'm you need a better keyboard to an extent. Once you've already bought a keyboard, I don't care. You don't need to watch my content anymore. But so I was making videos on hundreds of keyboards and just putting the link in the description. YouTube, one day, I can't get too far into it, but they made a decision to change that policy and removed links from shorts. I lost 30% of my revenue overnight.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
That sucked.
Did it put you in any sort of panic? What am I going to do?
A huge amount, yeah.
Did you have to change the way that you're spending? And
yeah, it fundamentally changed how I went about my channel. Because before that, I didn't take any sponsorships. Because I just didn't need to. I was just send me a keyboard, whatever. Sponsorships weren't necessary, so I just didn't take them. And then after
what's
that,
your monthly revenue before these links? Roughly.
I think I was making about $200K a year.
So you don't know what the monthly rate you were at pre-links was?
I don't know the exactly pre and after. I just know it went down by about 30% because I was quoting the numbers.
So yeah, you said 20?
20 to 30%.
20, yeah, but you said 20 grand a month. So
that was from something different. Yeah, that was from the previous shopping program. I was making more from the other one.
Oh, I'm thinking we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, no,
Let's
two different
break
things.
it out. Explain the two different things.
So there was the shopping beta program, which was end of 2022. And then there was the other one, which was I think end of 2023 was when I was doing links and shorts. So two separate chunks of monetizing shorts. Yeah, the first chunk I knew was coming to an end because they had told me this is a limited time program. So it was milk it while you can. The second one was just them removing a feature from their website. That affected a lot of other creators.
And so it's back-to-back hits basically to your revenue. Significant hits in both cases.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to figure out though is
sure.
Without that, are you now back to the point where you're not really able to save money? Are you able to get by?
I had a stopgap where I was all right, you've got a month or two to figure this out, figure it out fast. So I pivoted. I had to pivot my whole channel to sponsorships, which to me felt really crummy at first, but thankfully because I'm I have a monopoly on the keyboard market in a way now that where there's not many other keyboard channels, I have an insane amount of privilege for negotiating my sponsorships. I tell brands, you are going to pay me, you get a video on your product. That's it. I don't have to read any form of product info. I don't get to send them the video to review. I get to give brutally honest reviews on their products and still get paid for them. So now I'm in the best of all worlds. But at first it was really terrifying where it was my audience is going to hate me. I'm taking sponsorships. It was earth-shatteringly scary to pivot the whole direction because I just lost all of my revenue.
Yeah. But I think you did it in a way that had a lot of integrity. I think I've seen a through line in your content. I'm guessing it's just your personality coming through, which is you're always talking about scam. You're whether or not it's an actual scam, you're this is a scam. Don't buy this keyboard.
Yeah.
I think of your mystery box video where you bought all the mystery boxes, spent $200 on mystery keyboard boxes, just basically to prove the point that it wouldn't be worth it and no one else should do it.
Yeah. And that was one of my biggest sponsors at the time. And they went out of business. I think maybe partially because of that.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just really came to, in reviewing your content, just respect the sort of the caution to the wind. I'm just going to do this in a way that I think is right. And I think I can still make it work.
Yeah.
I don't have to compromise my integrity for a few grand here or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm an incredible, and I'm so lucky to be able to do that because most creators can't. Most creators, it's I got to take the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. I got to read the points because I have to pay rent.
Yeah, I've seen creators get, tempted by like $100
Yeah.
to like talk about something they
Yeah.
shouldn't talk about or don't really
Yeah.
know that well. Or,
No, like, I've had the privilege to like Temu offered me 30 grand for a video.
whoa.
And I was like, oh, but you want to review it before I upload it? And they were like, yeah, of course. We want to make sure you're not disparaging our brand. And I went, sorry, I'm not taking that sponsorship.
Wild to turn down a $30,000 sponsorship.
Yeah, because I mean, if someone that I watched took that sponsorship, I would be mad at them.
And why?
Like,
Why would you be mad at them?
because
regardless of how they presented it?
well, because knowing that the brand is reviewing it, there's no way that you could present it that would be authentic to your audience.
Got it.
Because it's like Temu, for example, is like a company that I buy stuff from them, but would I tell other people to buy stuff from them? Probably not, because 90% of my orders have something wrong with them, or there's like some weird issue. Like, I wouldn't recommend it to people. I take the risk and the burden upon myself.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I couldn't present a video from that perspective, which they definitely would not want that perspective, then I'm just not going to make it.
So it wasn't like the other situation where you can be like, this is how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
That's it. They just said like, fine, we'll walk away.
I told them like, if you let me make the video and you don't review it before I upload it, then that's great. I'll make the video. And they were like, nope, we have to review it. I was like, okay. That sucks to turn down 30 grand, but I'm going to turn down 30 grand.
Temu's Chinese brand?
Yeah.
So did they also try to get you to sign a document that said that like you agree to not disparage the CCP?
They probably would have gotten there. Yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
We didn't do it. That was the stopping point for us.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, I noticed this thing in the contract. It's like I have to pledge my loyalty to the Communist Party of China.
I've seen some of those in my days.
They were like, it's literally the law that we have to have that in there. And I was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Do it.
There's so much value to that in being authentic and having the authenticity and the integrity to say how you truly feel. And that's why people trust you. You end up being this character that, people come to for that trust. And that's also why you can diversify your content, because it's like you're just having these honest reviews and sharing exactly what you experience. And there's a lot of value to that.
Yeah. Well, it's like as a YouTuber, like you're not some random business that like, you're not like Walmart where it's just like you're a brand and you've built a brand identity. Like you are the person that like people are looking to you as an authority figure. People are putting their trust in you. Like if your friend was super dishonest, you'd be like, bro, why are you super dishonest? I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with a YouTuber,
Exactly.
where it's like, it doesn't matter if it's you keep a non-parasocial relationship with your audience, like it's still going to happen.
And for someone like you, where like you say like, I just want everyone to have a keyboard.
Yeah.
Like what a great opportunity to be in a position of trust.
Yeah.
Where you're honestly motivated by the thing that you would be selling. Like you truly believe in it. And so it's like, it's not a burden, it's an opportunity to be the one who can share that with everybody. And like, obviously, you got to have your scruples and do it the right way. But if you're motivated by that, coming from a place of like earnest excitement about the product, like I feel like it's almost has to be like naturally turn into you pitching it in a way that's very open and honest, because you're just trying to help people get into the thing that you're excited about.
It's like, please, I just want you to be interested in this thing that I like. Yeah.
It's fun.
It's
fun.
passion.
Trust me.
It's like when you experience it for yourself and you know how good it is, then if it impacted you that much, then it's probably going to impact others as much too.
Yeah, exactly.
They just don't know.
And so for somebody, for the YouTuber who's got a small channel, they're growing and they might be getting sponsorship opportunities or seeking sponsorship opportunities, how do you decide your rate?
Initially, my rate was just like, I just Googled and asked my friends what they were charging. So like Google told me like $25 per 1,000 views expected is what you should charge someone. So like if you're expecting 100,000 views, then you do the math and that's what you charge a brand.
That's really blanket, like not knowing your niche or the engagement rate or anything. That's interesting.
Yeah. So that was just the blanket, like what I started with. And then it was like, it kind of just got sussed out over time where like I had friends charging certain rates. And we were like, okay, if you're charging this rate, we should probably be charging more as a whole because we're getting this amount of views across all of our channels. So it's kind of like a very communal thing where all of us keyboard creators were like chatting and sharing rates and being honest with each other, where it helped everybody out in a really good way. Now that I'm like basically the only creator, it's kind of just like I kind of just charge what the brands can pay is the best way to put it. Where it's like a lot of these brands don't have a lot of money.
But at this point, you kind of know that from
Yeah.
just having done it for a while.
Yeah.
And having that outside information of fellow YouTubers
Yeah.
in space.
Because it's like, I know what the brands will get from my videos. Like, I don't want to have them feel like they're getting a bad end of a bargain. But at the same time, like, I'm making videos for my audience first before I'm making them for a brand. So it's kind of like finding that happy medium where it's like, if your video or if your keyboard sucks and I know I'm going to hate it, I'm probably not going to charge you that much for a video just because it feels wrong, you know? But like, yeah, I just kind of nowadays it's like vibe based, but like early on, talk to other creators, like do some research and just get quotes from brands, see what brands' budgets are. A lot of middleman companies will help kind of figure that out too. But a lot of them will also take advantage of you.
Have you tried middleman services like management services?
I had a manager for a while. They got me one sponsorship. It was Established Titles. I don't know if you know Established Titles. They had a huge scandal.
Oh, no.
So literally the only sponsorship I ever did with my middle management company was a huge scandal where I had to then delete the ad and not get paid for it.
Oh.
Wow.
Anyways, middleman agencies are now like kind of what you have to work with for most creators because otherwise you can't get sponsorships because all these brands, like let's say Microsoft goes to a middle management company, they hand them a couple $1 million and they say, get us this many impressions. And the middle company just finds random creators and makes it work.
So we don't have a management service. Like, how would you recommend finding a good one? Like,
I would say don't go exclusive. That is the best way to put it.
Okay.
So there's a
just
lot
a
of
per deal.
Yeah, there's a
thing.
lot of per deal middle management services that will kind of find their way into your inbox and just suss them out, make sure they have contracts, make sure that they have very clear when they will pay you in their contracts. And then other than that, it's kind of the Wild West right now, which really sucks, but there's just no concrete, like great way to pin down sponsorships, especially in the last couple of years where brands have less and less money in marketing budgets because marketing budgets are what get cut first. Like anytime a company's starting to do bad, they cut marketing, they cut their marketing department, and all of a sudden YouTubers don't have any sponsorship deals.
Yeah, because I mean, it's got to be frustrating for a brand to be reaching out to these YouTubers and they're at various stages of understanding how this works. And like, I know that I've talked to other entrepreneurs who have tried to get influencers on YouTube to do ads, and they're asking for like this wild figures, and they just don't kind of like get it.
YouTubers are notoriously hard to work with. So like, I don't envy these middleman companies. But yeah, that like honestly, it's also so niche dependent too. So you kind of have to take like what your niche's RPM is. Like if you're a finance channel and you're making like $100 RPM, then you can probably charge way more for that Rocket Money sponsorship than somebody in a tech niche or a gaming niche that's charging like $2 or $3 or that gets like $3 RPMs.
Yeah, like when in the early days for us, we were just kind of winging it. Like, would you pay $1,000?
Yeah.
How about for the next one, 1,500?
Yep.
Like,
And then they do it, and then we're like, oh, we probably charged too little because they said yes so quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
And at a certain point, it was like, wait a second. Yeah, why wouldn't I tie this to like anchor this to my RPM, like the rate that YouTube is paying me? And then I think from there, dependent on how on brand your audience is for them, you can either add an insane premium or maybe back off of that RPM a little bit, depending if you feel like it's worth your time. For us, I feel like it's never really been worth our time, just from like, forget about the actual content, but like working with the sponsor, like setting that whole deal up, it's like, get out of here. It's way too much work.
Yeah. It's really annoying. Yeah. Nowadays, that's like a lot of my job is just organizing all these little things and scheduling and when are we going to fit you in and when are we going to do this? And that's just not the fun part of YouTube.
Yeah. Like at a certain point, like I think maybe the most we ever charged was like $5,000, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of got to the point where we're like, if we put that same amount of work into YouTube content, we could make a lot more money probably.
That is why some people get exclusive agencies, because exclusive agencies handle all that. And they just say, you're doing a video on this at this time. And you're like, yes, boss. Which for some people, that's like really great.
Yeah. Yeah. We know somebody who has a lot of good stories and bad stories of working with those services.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back to shorts. There's a constant debate of like whether or not shorts should be on, like when you create shorts, should you have a short specific channel versus your own channel? Like, is that something that you considered, or was it too early for that like way of thinking to kind of come out when you started? Because you kind of started right off of the bat with shorts, right?
So I started uploading shorts the moment YouTube started the shorts program, because I saw it as a huge opportunity. I think like a lot of people at the time, that's where that sentiment popped up of build a different channel, because shorts would feed into your main content. The algorithms weren't separate yet at the time when shorts first launched. For me, that was huge, because for shorts, I was like, here is a 60-second way to get people in the door on my content, which is the best possible way for me to get people in the door on keyboards, is like 60 seconds. Did you know keyboards can sound good? You probably didn't. Check this out. And it was huge for me. Most of that catastrophic growth right at the beginning fed in from a couple big shorts that blew up. There was like a Flex Shield short that I did. There was like filling a spacebar with Play-Doh short that I did. All of those were blowing up and feeding directly into my long form content as they were blowing up with millions of views. It was huge for me. If I had built a separate shorts channel, my channel would probably be like a third of what it is now, size-wise.
Wow.
Maybe even less. I've had such a wild ride with shorts and monetization where it was like, I was making nothing. I was making way more than my long form, then nothing, then way more than my long form. Then now it's like, it's a revenue source. I think like some of my shorts with 50 million views have made a couple grand, where it's like, that's money. That's nice. But it's such a surprise when it happens that for most part, I just make shorts for like impressions and like conversions to products and stuff.
I think that's so interesting because, you know, you're producing this insane number of shorts, and at the point when, you know, the affiliate links were no longer an option for revenue source, like you're down to like, very little incentive really to do it. And they split the algorithm, so it's not really feeding your long form content anymore. And then in May of 2023, you delve into Hipyo Plants and you decide it's going to only be shorts.
Yeah.
So not only that year did you do 219 shorts on your Hipyo Tech channel, but Hipyo Plants, a whole bunch more.
I think there are certain points where I was uploading like 2 to 3 shorts a day on Hipyo Plants back then. I was insane. I don't really know what I was thinking, but it was so much fun.
Just having a good time.
Yeah, I was just having a good time. I was just showing people like, hey, I've got poison dart frogs. Hey, I've got all these isopods. Like, here are all these plant things that I had picked up along my years long journey of getting into plants.
Yeah, and it's important to mention that I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, all your shorts content is unique. It's not like re-edited long form content, right?
Yeah, it's all unique.
Where did you find the time at this point? Like, was it still just you all by yourself, or did you have an editor at this point?
I edited every Hipyo Plants short by myself on CapCut on my phone.
Do you still?
Now I edit about half of them. Yeah.
And then on top of that, you were editing the stuff for Hipyo Tech, and then writing the scripts for Hipyo Tech, and then filming the Hipyo Tech.
Oh yeah.
Hence the 70-hour work week.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
So when did you get help? And like, how much help do you have right now? Like, how many roles have you outsourced?
I've had on and off help throughout the years where like occasionally I'd have an editor like come in for one long form video, and it was just like somebody that applied on Twitter, and like I'd try them out. And I had somebody editing my stream VODs into long form videos for a little bit throughout 2023 because I was streaming like constantly.
On Twitch?
On Twitch and YouTube.
Okay.
And like every once in a while I've had editors phase in and out, right? But when I finally got one was 2024 because I was just so burnt out. I was like, I reached peak burnout in 2024. So I was like, every time I opened DaVinci Resolve, I just got dread, where it was like, I'd still have a lot of fun coming up with ideas. I'd still have fun filming ideas. But the moment it came to editing them, I was just like pure dread. So I hired a part-time editor that would come in person for a bit and tried that out. And they actually helped a lot with like filming stuff where it was like, this is refreshing again. I'm able to come up with ideas and like do things a lot better. And then throughout the rest of 2024, I've had an editor that's edited almost all of my videos since into 2025.
Was it hard to teach your style and like feel like you could finally get like how long was it before you be hands off and be like,
I'm still not hands off.
Like how involved in the edit are you?
I would say I spend about 10 to 15 hours and they spend about 20 per video. Yeah.
Wow.
So like I'm still pretty involved in the like filming, editing, crafting process because it's like I'm in there reviewing it. I'm in there making cuts. I'm in there like adding notes, redoing voiceover. And like for them, it took a lot to train them because I film just B-roll with a little bit of A-roll. Every once in a while, I'll throw in talking heads or skits or stuff. And I hand it to them and I say, make it so I can do a voiceover. Because I don't write standard scripts like most other creators do. I have bullet points where I'm like, here are all the things that I care about showing someone about this keyboard. And then I freeform it.
Wow.
That's great. It comes off very smooth.
It's very genuine. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it
feels very natural.
It's like, I want it to be like I'm having a conversation with a friend about this keyboard. Or like I'm describing to them like, what are the pros? What are the cons? Because I've already done a day in the trenches or a week in the trenches with this keyboard. So I've figured out its quirks. I figured out what is good, what's bad, what might be a terrible value. So I've kind of already got that floating around in my brain. Now I'm just like, all right, how would I have a conversation with a friend about it? Like,
what about the jokes? Every video has like 50 jokes.
They're all improv. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just a silly guy.
I'd venture to say that like your channel really isn't about keyboards. It's just a comedy channel.
Thank you.
It's great.
Like, I think that's why so many people watch who aren't into keyboards. Like, for me, it's so fun to watch your content. It's just, like I said, it's just that like quintessential YouTube style. You've just got it. It comes so natural. And it's just like, you keep it so engaging with like the high pace and like you're very aware of like how in the weeds you are into the tech. Like, and you can like take a step back and like explain things in a way that's like understandable to someone who's not into it. I think that's like the superpower of you and your channel.
I think that's something that a lot of people can apply to their channel in any niche too, where it's like niches are incredible because they can get so specific. And what you do as like an educator or an entertainer in a niche space is making it more approachable. Like, how do you take this one concept of a Thocky keyboard and explain it to someone who's never heard of a keyboard before? And it's like, well, you can modify the sound by putting different foams in a keyboard because they change how it resonates. And you tie everything together in a way that's nice and packageable, and they can finish watching your video and feel like they've learned something, but also like weren't bored.
I just heard your voice like switch into
the
like
YouTube
narrator mode.
Yeah.
Also, there's one thing I want to touch on, and I think it's good for the viewers to know how much effort gets put into every single video that's made. And you said that you had an editor that puts in 20 hours per video. And then are you putting in the additional 15 hours on top of that video?
Generally, yeah.
So it comes out to between like 35 to 40 hours for every video that you release on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's not including the shorts.
Yeah.
Wow.
And these are like my lower effort videos. So like the Air Up video, I edited that one entirely by myself because it was my pet project. And that was like a 70-hour video.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I went through and I recut it multiple times where I was just like, it's just not flowing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not telling the story that I wanted to tell. I was refilming parts. Like, just the natural process of making a long form video like that, where it's like, you need the narrative to hit. If the narrative doesn't hit, if I wouldn't watch it, why am I releasing it?
I tell everybody, if you want to make something right, you got to make it twice.
Yeah.
So we like sometimes we literally set out to make the same video 2 times and we're only intending to air the second video.
Yeah. There's a lot of parallels to that in music too, where it's like, I'll make a song and I'll do that song in like a totally different style where it's going to be a pop song. Nope. Now it's going to be a grunge song. Nope. Now it's going to be a weird experimental EDM song. And you just try it out. You see what fits. It might have the same lyrics. It might have the same melodies at its core, but like, you just have to see what hits. Same thing with YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think of your channel as a business?
For tax reasons? Yeah, I think in a little bit, yeah. Because like I'm building products that I'm selling. I'm building like a brand in a sense. Like it is technically a business, but I think of it more as it's just my creative conglomerate is the best way to describe it. Because it's like, it's kind of all in one sphere. It's all just Hipyo LLC.
Do you plan out the year in, like you said, you do projections. So do you actually like sit down and like come up with like goals and timelines and new features and products that you want to come out with every year? Like, is there a plan, a business plan of sorts?
No.
Each year? No.
Yeah. I like.
Do you think of yourself as an entrepreneur?
In like the very loosest sense, like I like to try things and I like to create things, and like I've made a bunch of products. Like I've sold thousands of desk mats and thousands of keycap sets, and in that sense, yeah, but not in the sense of like, oh, I got to build this business. And like I went through business school. I know how to start a business. I know how to do all of that. It's just,
interesting.
You do the basics of it, but other than that, I don't need to do that too much.
Interesting. You got your degree in
business and marketing. Yeah.
Wow. And you've kind of gone the opposite direction with essentially what is a business that you've built.
Yeah.
You just like take more of the creative approach.
Yeah. It's like I do the smart stuff. Like I pay my taxes. I invest in a 401k. Like I have my own health insurance. Like I'm an S Corp. So I've got the good tax designation. Where it counts, it's a business. But where it matters, like in my brain, it's not really a business because I don't want it to be just so much work all the time.
Do you envision like taking on full-time employees and like
no yeah,
nothing like that?
No, I tried that once with one of my editors where I had them on full-time for like a month, and that was just,
why didn't it work out?
It's just having that rigidity for me just doesn't work. Like for me, so much of the beauty and value of YouTube and like being your own boss is having the flexibility to just like, I don't like this video idea. I'm going to make a different video this week. Or I'm just going to do a different thing. Or like, I want to have a week where I don't make a video and not have somebody's whole livelihood relying on me. Like, having that independence for me is so much more liberating than making 20% more returns because I've hired on an employee that increases my output.
Yeah, I think that's common. I think a lot of YouTubers don't really think about it as a business. I think to an extent we have from the beginning, but it's I think we do a lot more now than we used to. Like we're definitely taking a business approach these days. But that's just because we want to like, I don't know, we have grand visions of like creating all kinds of stuff. And to do that, I think you have to have, to some extent, a business infrastructure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people are wildly talented and can just like stand it all up themselves.
Well, there's different frameworks that like you put yourself into to like, for some people having it as a business structure is so much more like, this is what we're doing. I feel so much more comfortable and like within a business structure. But for me, it's like business structure, rigidity. I hate that. So it's just different ways of going about similar objectives where it's like, you want your channel to succeed. How do you do that?
I swing both ways for sure. Like I think I've, focused more on the business side because it's like when something ends up being like a necessity or something that you love and you're buying these things and it's not done right. And you're like, well, we need to bring a better experience to the community because, these crystal singing bowls are junk and these ones are junk and the whole process is junk. And it's good to, you learn from that and then almost out of necessity ends up becoming a business on its own. Yeah.
I think too, coming from like having a partnership, I think almost like it sort of functions as a business like out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to like learn how to have that like infrastructure and that teamwork and that communication, and like there's got to be checklists and like all these things. Whereas if you're doing it by yourself, I think like there's a lot of upsides to just being able to be on your own.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do want to end up going the business route, like I think it gets you farther in that way a lot faster, because you just have to like, you have to figure that dynamic out early on. And then it's like not that hard to transfer it to a number 3. Like,
It becomes a formula, and then you just end up following it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely not for everyone. It depends on the goals of your channel.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like your goal is just to have fun.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like you're doing so well. So why not have fun?
Yeah. And a lot of that boils down to like a lot of soul searching, where it was like, there were parts where so much of me wanted to just take it into full business mode and just scale and expand and scale and scale and scale. And then ultimately I was like, what am I doing it for? Like, if I'm doing it for money, what am I going to spend that money on? A lot of what I'd spend the money on is just doing what I'm doing right now anyways. So there's kind of like a certain limit that you hit with that, where you're just like, I'm pretty content. Like if I bought a house, would I get happier? Maybe not. Like, I don't know. If what makes me the most happy is just creating and sharing it with people, like I don't really need to hit full business mode. But that was just depends on what you value and what you are going for. It seems like you guys have built an amazing structure around that.
It's been hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a lot of like yelling at each other and like being frustrated and, you know, whatever. But I feel good that we have, because like I think we're both in a place where if we need it, we can kind of like take our foot off the gas a little bit and take a step back, and like the business functions without us to some extent. We're trying to get a little farther in that, but it's nice to have that assurance. And I want to ask you about that in just a minute. But before we get there, okay, so 2023, you did 270 videos, not counting Hipyo plans, just between Hipyo Tech shorts and long form. I think you even released 3 Kadeli tracks in 2023. So you had done so much, and it's just paying off in crazy numbers. 97 million shorts views, 26 million long form views. So your shorts views doubled year over year, almost exactly. And basically, like, this is the year of like just massive growth and peaks. Like early 2024, January, you get 41 million shorts views in a single month. March, you get almost 5 million views on long form, which is your most ever. February, you had your most popular video of all time, Air Up, does 3.6 million views, gains you 48,000 subs.
And death threats.
Yeah, let's talk about that in a minute. March 11th, you hit 1 million subs. And in May, you peaked subs gained in a month with just shy of 80,000 subs in a month.
Wow, that's a lot.
Like, what is your personal life like? Like, you're working like a dog. It's paying off.
Yeah.
How's finances? How's personal life? What's going on at that time? Early 24.
Early 24, it was really great. I would say up, like, I hit 1 million right around my birthday. Everything was great. Everything felt so good. And at this point, I was a very goal-oriented person, where my one goal was 1 million subscribers at any cost. I was like, I want to be a 1 million subscriber YouTube channel. I just want the 1 million subs. I want the gold play button. I didn't know why I wanted it. I just wanted it. Just grind to hit it. Oh, I'm a bit depressed now.
Is it like a now what moment?
It was like the wind just right out of my sails.
Oh.
Like, and it hit at the same time that other personal events were happening, where it was just like right around April, I was at like a slump where it was like, what do I do? Like, I hit 1 million subscribers. What was I doing it for? Like, it suddenly became, I realized what burnout was, where burnout wasn't the amount of hours you were working. Burnout is a lack of fulfillment, where when you're working towards a number and every single day you're getting that fulfillment, you hit the number, you hit the goal, no more fulfillment anymore. I think that's where I went so wrong as being such a goal-oriented person, because suddenly you're just like, all right, what was the point? I hit 1 million. What now? What's the point? And it just like is like earth-shattering. So you'd think at this time, like, I'm going to be the happiest I am ever. Like, everything's going well. The numbers look the greatest on paper. I'm making the most money I've ever made. It's all going into savings. I was like in a huge slump. Like, things just weren't very good right when I hit around 1 million subscribers.
11-year-old Hipyo.
Yeah.
Dream realized.
Yeah.
And you're not happy.
No.
You were happy when you hit it, but
yeah,
the point afterwards was trying to recover from that.
Yeah, I threw a party. All my friends were there. I was elated. I was turning 25. Things were great. And then it was just like, all right, what now? I'm like hollow. Yeah. And it took like, there were peaks and valleys throughout 2024, where as I like rediscovered things and I made videos that were more interesting, and like, that's how like the Google search video came out and some other stuff came out, where I was just like, I kept having fun and things were definitely still overall positive, but it was like an overwhelming sense of just like, what is the point now? Coming out of 1 million subscribers, where you're like, you hit the goal, but like, why did you hit the goal? What was the point? Was the point to be a full-time YouTuber because I'd been doing that for years? Was the point to make a certain amount of money because now I had been doing that for years? It was just like a weird moment. Yeah.
How did you end up getting through that? Did the spark ever get reignited, or is it still like you're doing it, you're enjoying it? Does it still, tickle the spots that it did before? Or is that why you make more of the plant content and maybe focusing more on the music?
Yeah. So that's a great question. I think throughout most of 2024, I didn't get through it. Like, my wake up call was like in November. My like 4-year relationship ended like out of nowhere, where it was just like earth shatteringly bad. And I was already like in a bit of, I took my 2-month break from YouTube in end of September because things were going a bit weird in life. And I was just like, I need distance from my work to figure out how life is going. And it was in the middle of the break, relationship ended. Super crazy reality shattering, because that was like a relationship that I thought was going to be like a marriage thing the next year. And it was like, okay, well, I'm extending my break by a month. We're going to make that a 2-month break, because I had uninstalled every social media app. I said, I'm not working. I'm not making any videos. I'm just going to take time to like work on Hipyo as a person. And I think it took up until this year, like 2025, before I was finally like, I had reset my trajectory for YouTube into a fun, creative outlet again, rather than just being some arbitrary number I'm working towards. And that's where it's like my sphere. I care about my plant stuff and my music stuff as much as I care about my tech stuff, because to me, it's not about the amount of subscribers. It's about the amount of fulfillment I get out of making that content. And I think that's helped me so much more than just like on a path of total burnout, annihilation, nothing matters, that I was slowly building for myself, which it sneaks up on you because you're having the most fun ever. Life is so good. And then suddenly just something as simple as hitting your biggest goal ever in life takes that away from you, which doesn't make any sense.
How was taking that 2-month hiatus, even the first month? Were you like, I'm not looking at any of my YouTube analytics, I'm not making any YouTube content? Did you have any fears of, is my channel still going to be there when I come back? Am I going to lose a following? Is this going to ruin my growth? Did you even care at all?
Yeah. And if I can jump in on that too, just to tack one more thing on, like,
yeah,
in delving into your analytics, I noticed like your content is not evergreen content. Majority of your content like burns out in like 3, maybe 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
There's maybe a couple of anomalies of where it's a year.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it's like the return is right away.
Mm-hmm.
And so that must have been present in your mind too, as you're thinking about taking a break, or maybe like as you're starting to feel burned out through the year, like if I stop, so do the views, so do the subs, so does the money.
Yeah. I was like at a point where I didn't really care. I had enough in savings where I could survive for about 2 years, not working a day. So at that point, I was like, if I don't take a break, I'm going to burn out and quit. If I take a break and my channel is dead due to some magical YouTube algorithm hating me, then I was going to burn out and quit anyways. So it was like kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation where I was like, I'm just going to take the break. I'm going to uninstall everything. I don't care if analytics change because I won't be looking at them. I don't care if something happens or some tweet happens or some Reddit post happens because it's all uninstalled. So I was like, the only thing I care about is like honing in on myself, fixing this stuff, like, and then halfway through that, it's like, well, now I really only care about myself. Like, so
Because of the breakup.
Yeah. Where it's like, well, if it happens, it happens. Like, because what else are you going to do? If you're burnt out, if like it's not bringing that fulfillment, like I'm not going to force videos up that I don't like because that's not genuine, you know?
It's interesting because from, people that aren't YouTubers, they can think, like, how could someone just, who cares if you're burnt out? Like you're making this much money, you've got all these subscribers, but they don't, unless you're in the situation, because I've been in that situation before. It's like, you reach a point where it's like, I don't care about the success. I don't care. The whole thing could go in the garbage. If I don't take care of myself, then it's going to go in the garbage anyways.
Yeah.
And so, taking those opportunities, it's a big chance, but in the long run, after that 2-month period, when you came back, how was that different for you?
A lot was different. Like I came back with, I made a whole video documenting like my 2-month break, which I do recommend. If you find this story interesting, go watch that video. I came back with a lot more respect for my time and also a lot more distance between like me and social media, which I think helped a lot. Where it's like I can still make the content that I want to make. I can still get people into keyboards and have a lot of fun doing that without so much of the pressure of like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like way more liberating, like having that distance.
So in the long run, taking those 2 months off, do you think that saved you and the channel?
Yeah. I mean, and it's like my views are down after that, like on long form, but I don't really care because they're views that are more important to me now. Like I'd rather have 80,000 views than 300,000 views if it means that I'm making a video that I care about more.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And like something that stuck was I kept all social media uninstalled and now I have a separate phone. That's my work phone and I keep that at home and it stays in my office. And that's where I can post to social media and occasionally look at it. But I think my screen time is like 10 to 15 minutes a day.
Good for you.
It's wild to me that you deleted YouTube Studio.
Yeah, same with me.
It's a toxic app.
Yeah.
It's a really toxic app.
Like I could never.
Yeah.
I could never go more than like a couple of days without looking at it.
Ultimately for me, it was like for my goals at the time, which was just like enjoy creating and like numbers are good, but looking at was my video a 1 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10? That doesn't really help me fulfill the goal of enjoying making videos. So it was counterintuitive to those goals that I had set for myself, and which are much more small, manageable, achievable goals like than big, lofty garbage goals.
Yeah, 2024, just shy of 300 million shorts views.
Yeah.
Over 30 million long form views.
Yeah.
Well over 500,000 subscribers gained. I mean, those numbers are insane.
That's the thing that I think is the wildest is because it's like 2024 I would describe as like the worst year of my life in recent memory, aside from like 2019, where I was like just hopelessly sick, but that's a different story.
And you said 23 is your best year.
Yeah. So I went from the best year of my life to like one of the worst years of my life to, I think 2025 is also one of the best years of my life. So it's like I'm a very riding the waves.
That's
Good
life.
course correction.
Yeah. It is a good course correction.
Whatever you did during that leave that you took, it worked. What did you do?
A whole lot. Yeah. So like I reconnected with every hobby and creative thing about myself and like friendship that I was just like severely neglecting. So like I gave up on climbing for 3 years because my ex decided that she didn't like climbing anymore. After like we had met and she loved it and she suddenly didn't like it. So we stopped climbing for 3 years. And so I went back climbing and I realized how much I enjoyed it because I had worked at a climbing gym and I'd been on a climbing team and it was like a really important part of my life that I just forgot about. And like houseplants, I was super into houseplants in 2023. In 2024, I had gotten rid of like 200 of them.
Whoa.
Because it was like, we have too many plants in the house. So there's just a lot of things where it's like reconnecting with the parts of yourself that you had enjoyed but neglected to grow this other thing that you cared about. So it's like I cared about growing my YouTube channel, but I didn't realize how many things I was sacrificing in doing that. Like interpersonal relationships were just like going down the drain. Like it just wasn't a great spot. And I had the time to just reflect on all of that and correct all of that.
What was a day in the life of Hipyo before you took leave versus now?
Before I took leave, it was wake up, make coffee, go downstairs, be on my computer almost all day. And then maybe like when my ex got home, I'd go up to the couch and be on my phone all day. So I was constantly online, constantly on social media. So like even when I was spending time with other people, I was still like, I was just like brain rotted.
You said on your computer all day. Like,
yeah.
What are we talking? 8 hours, 10 hours?
Well, I'd wake up at around 6 a.m. That'd be 12 hours or 11 hours on my computer. And then more on my phone after that. Yeah. Which, I mean, that's how you grow things. That's the really unglamorous part of how you grow a channel is you just don't stop.
I wonder if like that's why so many kids say they want to be a YouTuber is it just seems easy and fun.
Yeah.
And like you just, if you're good at it, you just rake in cash and you just live this glamorous life and you become famous and you get perks and you don't have to work like a dog for it. But like looking at your success, it's easy to be like, whoa, that looks amazing and glamorous. And it's like, well, like Hipyo paid his dues. He put in the work. Like I'm pretty sure if you worked on anything that hard, you'd have a pretty good level of success.
Yeah, imagine if I worked that hard on a niche that was slightly broader than keyboards or something. Like imagine if I had put all that time and effort into a Minecraft channel. I'd have 10 million subscribers or 30 million subscribers.
Getting paid to play video games all day.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's what a lot of kids see is they see their favorite YouTuber playing video games all day. And they say, I want to do that. I want to play video games all day. How do I do that? Well, you make YouTube videos or you become a Twitch streamer or you become a TikToker and that's your one track to doing that. Or it's like, there's more to it. There's definitely more to it.
Yeah, you put in those 37 videos in 5 months before any of them even take off. That's what you do.
Yeah, the not so glamorous side of things. But to answer the second part of your question, nowadays, I am almost living the like typical YouTuber lifestyle, like, oh, you barely work. And then I'm only working about 15 to 20 hours a week. And I'm spending a lot of time just like going out on hikes and like working on personal projects and like taking ceramics classes midweek, like on a weekday morning and like hanging out with friends all the time, having a normal life, but with a little bit more free time because I get to choose when I'm using it, like taking advantage of that flexibility. Like I'm here at this podcast. Later, I'm going to go play Top Golf with friends. So now I'm having a lot more flexibility where I have weeks where I just don't make a long form video because I don't feel like it would be a motivated or good video, so I don't put it out, or I spend more time working on it, which I would have never done before. I had a upload every week schedule. You upload every week. If that video isn't good, you're working longer until that video gets done. Like, which that's not a great way to treat your time when you're trying to also enjoy it.
Yeah. Like you said, there's been a trade-off there, right? So shorts in May last month, 17.5 million views from your peak in early 24 of 41 million in a month.
Oh yeah.
Long form, 1.3 million last month down from your peak in 24, which was 4.8 million.
Yeah.
And long form basically has dropped every single month since your peak.
Yeah, I've been uploading way less.
Like where do you see this go? Like what if it keeps going down? Do you think that it will, it could? Do you have a contingency plan? Is that in the back of your mind? Like,
I think it's a direct input to output, right? So it's like, for me, it's finding my equilibrium now, where what I was doing before just wasn't sustainable. Like, sure, the numbers were going up, but if it's not sustainable, then there's no point in using it as a benchmark. So I would say the numbers that I'm at now, I'm pretty happy with, actually, where I've hit a point where the audience I'm making my videos for is still pretty happy with the videos. I'm putting it out at a pace that's much more how I want to be spending my time. And I'm still making enough money to be paying the bills and sustaining and saving still. So I think I'm in a pretty good spot in that respect. Where like I see myself going, my contingency plan would be more of the alternative style videos that I've been working on in the background. Where it's like, I'm working on a climbing video that I'm uploading to my main channel. I'm working on a video on HelloFresh. I'm working on a video on smart rings. So like there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that just I'm spending more time on rather than forcing out, that I think will benefit me a lot more long term. So it's just more behind the scenes investing.
Course correction.
Yeah.
Like, let's stop making the same video over and over again.
Yeah.
And let's do something that's more exciting for myself.
Yeah. And for my audience.
Yeah, you've proven that it works. Like,
yeah.
Let's circle back to Air Up real quick.
Yeah.
The Air Up video, like, did you think that would work so well?
I knew it would do well. I didn't know it would do that well, because it was a sponsorship that a ton of YouTubers were taking at the time. It was a really easy to describe concept. Like, people are getting paid 50 to 100 grand to tell you that this water bottle is good. Is it good? That's the concept, right? I've got clips of tons of people saying it's good. I've got their website saying that it's eco-friendly despite having single-use plastic packaging. And I got friends that proved that it wasn't good. So like, kind of boiling down the concept of how expensive it is, how terrible the design is. It was like a concept that kind of sold itself.
I love this video. It's
Thank
so
you.
well made. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I can totally see a world where like this is what your channel becomes.
Yeah.
And I think it's really like every time I do an interview with somebody, like it turns my entire perception of YouTube upside down. And where yours did that, probably in a few places, but is that you have been able to, like we talked about earlier, shift your content to be something totally off brand, because it is built so much around your personality. And I think that, you know, I would tell most people, like, don't do that. Start a new channel.
Yeah.
Promote on your old channel, but start a new channel.
Yeah.
But I think it works for you because it's still a Hipyo. Like everything about that, you just like replace, like if it was AI, you'd be like, ChatGPT, make me a Hipyo video, but replace the keyboard with Air Up. That's kind of what it is. Yeah. And so for a fan who is undoubtedly a fan of your personality, maybe as much or more than the niche.
Yeah.
It's the same content. It's still the same content.
Well, and that video is most interesting too, in that I would say, like, you can see the spike on the graph too, where it had initially hit decent with my audience, where like my audience enjoyed it enough so that YouTube tried it out with some different people, realized it was a crazy concept and just pushed it to the moon. all you have to do as a YouTuber is get over that hump where your existing audience at least appreciates it. They don't have to all embrace it. They don't all have to love it. But if it's a good video and you get over the initial hump, YouTube tests it. They send it out to other people. And if it's actually a video that is meant for the algorithm, it will hit the algorithm. Like, it isn't some mystical, magical thing. It's like, is it a good, engaging video that's topical and shareable, and it'll hit?
I think one of the niches that you're in is a category of its own. It's that so you don't have to. And so anything can fall into that category. I was looking through your comments, you know, it looks like you have like a community of people that say things like bro experienced heartbreak, so we don't have to.
Yeah. On my 2 break video there, or the 2-month break video, is like, bro tried breaking up so we don't have to.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I did it. That's bro tried actualization so we don't have to.
But there's like a whole bunch of comments like that.
Yeah.
And you know, they made me laugh. And you acknowledge them. There's so much to that also.
Yeah.
And being real with your community, and you're actually engaging with the community, and
Yeah.
you're building the community. And so when you've got that personality, it does widen the perception. Like, you are able to bust out more content because you're doing this so your community doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Like, and following things that you're passionate about.
And it's just like, it's a really simple pitch. Like, it works well.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm going to try this really expensive water bottle so you don't have to.
Yeah.
I tried getting death threats so you don't have to.
Exactly.
Well, I feel like looking back at some point, this is going to be like, oh, this is when Hipyo really got started.
So what's interesting is that's the video that made me realize I didn't want to do that style of content.
So how does that differ from what you're talking about getting into now?
Yeah. So that video I positioned in a way where it would work with any audience. And I did not like that because I hit the mass audience. I had the Hassans. I had the other people reacting to my video on streams. Like, that degree of mass scrutiny is just not something that I like.
Yeah, you said you got death threats. Tell me about that.
There was some TikToker who had done an AirUp sponsorship, and I'm not going to name him because I don't want round 2 of death threats. And I messed the money up for him because a bunch of people were like going to people who did AirUp sponsorship videos and harassing them, which I didn't want them to do. I literally said, don't harass the people in my video. But of course, people are going to harass people. And this dude made some expose like, this Hipyo Tech guy is lying about everything. Everything he said in this video is fake. Like, he's such a fake creator, blah, blah, blah. I didn't make any sense, but he had like 300,000 followers on TikTok. So it hit his audience. It went viral. Then every single one of his fans decided to go comment on all of my TikToks, a bunch of various things of different happenings. TikTok triggered the, hey, we think you're being bullied.
Dang.
Because I was getting thousands.
Like, whoa, you okay?
Yeah, I was getting like thousands of comments that were all just various hate comments from his fans. But then some of them took it a lot further with like personal DMs and like very typed out death threats. Yeah. Fun stuff.
Probably great cross promotion though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we see a spike in the analytics during that time?
So that was like, I did actually see a spike in the analytics during that time because people would come to my YouTube video.
Reach out to him and be like, yo, do you want to make another diss video? Like, that worked.
But it's
really
like, for me, that was like not the kind of public perception that I liked. And it made me realize like that video made me 30 grand.
Wow.
I did not want to have that style of video be what I base my channel off of. Because if I had to hit that every single month to sustain an income, and I had that degree of scrutiny and that degree of like, it just didn't sit well with me, where I was like, this isn't the kind of creator that I want to be. Like, I could be that creator. I literally proved to myself that I could be that creator, but it just wasn't what I wanted. Anyways, long story short, with my current stuff, I'm like much more, I want to keep it smaller scope. Like, I want to keep it not trying to hit the main algorithm, trying to hit my audience, serve them the kind of content that I would want to be served and nothing more. Like, when you optimize for the algorithm, you get the algorithm for all of its pros and its cons.
It's interesting that it's like in your brain where you can just be like, yeah, I want to hit the main algorithm.
Yeah.
Give us like, what's the insider tip? Like, everyone wants to know how to hit the algorithm.
It's trending topic. It's engaging hook. It's shareability. Like for that video in a nutshell, you could boil it down to creators are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars to tell you this water bottle is good, but it's not. That's a powerful idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's an idea that you can share with your friend. That's an idea that you can comment about, that you can watch on stream. Like those are the ideas that hit the main algorithm. Like you could look at like your Eddie Burbacks or your other like big commentary channels where they're like, I locked my phone in a safe for 30 days. That's a pretty powerful concept. Like if I had taken that concept with my social media detox video, it would have done millions of views. I chose not to. Like I thought about it. I said, if I do this, I could get millions of views on my return to YouTube, but they wouldn't be the views that I want. Those aren't the people that I want watching my videos. The people that I want watching my videos are the people that are genuinely interested in it, not served it.
That's fair. And also I can imagine the comments that you had been receiving prior to that. You know, it's very nice, beautiful community stuff, everyone connecting, and all of a sudden you make that video and your content is flooded with hate.
Yeah, well, and it's the scale is so different too, where it's like you post a video and maybe that video gets like a couple 100,000 views over its lifetime, and maybe 1% of those comments are negative, versus if your video is getting 3.5 million views and 1% of those are negative, so many more negative comments. And they have no, like, I would say from my existing audience, if they have a negative comment, it's generally pretty constructive, which can hurt more, but it's like at least helpful. Like at least you know what to do with it, versus like at that scale, it was a bit much. Yeah.
You mentioned too that $30,000 on 3.6 million views. That's pretty good RPM. Probably like something like $9. Math is hard.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you hit a broader audience and your RPM was higher than it normally is.
Yeah.
That's like also counter to everything that I believe and like boiling my brain.
Yeah, that was a weird one. I mean, the video just didn't make sense to me who it was hitting to, where it was like, it hit everyone. I was getting recognized on the street as the water bottle guy. Like,
was the demographics, did you get into the demographic page and was it different than your normal?
I don't know. I don't think I dug too deep. I mean, it was almost entirely outside of my audience, but I don't know if it was different, like demographic overlap. Yeah, I don't think I ever dug that deep because I was just like, I just wanted to be free from it.
Wow, and that video had 130 million impressions.
Yeah, no, YouTube showed it to damn near everyone on the platform that month. Wild. Yeah, I think crazy. If I had packaged it a little bit better, it could have gotten even bigger.
That's wild.
But I think my packaging, because I had my face in it, that's probably at least 2 million views gone just in the packaging of my thumbnail. But I didn't care because I wanted it for my audience first.
There's your demo. Okay. Highest 18 to 24 and a little bit less, or second most in the 25 to
yeah, so 34. I mean, that's it looks normal, relatively similar. Yeah.
What about country breakdown? Do we have it?
It looks like the view duration was longer amongst older folks, though.
Oh, we got.
And I think that's probably where the RPM came from.
New York City loved your video. So did London, Sydney, Melbourne. Australia is going crazy for your stuff.
I have a huge Australian fan base that
Toronto,
ebbs and
Singapore.
flows. Yeah.
All the world's biggest cities loved your Air Up video.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too out of the ordinary, actually.
Yeah, that's so wild to me that it had such a different RPM.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, because our trajectory is usually different, right? Like the broader the scope it goes out to, our RPM goes down.
Yeah. There's a complete and total link.
You know what I think it was
graph.
too?
Yeah.
Because it was targeting a YouTube sponsorship, I think a lot of advertisers were targeting it with ads.
It's the keyword, the Google AdWords.
Yeah, because I've had that happen before on certain videos where a competitor will pump ads into that video to
balance
it. Like I did a Wish.com video, and like AliExpress and Temu and all of those other brands pumped it. So that video had like a crazy RPM.
That's got to be it.
Yeah.
It's got to be the topic.
So it must be, because I did have brands reaching out where it was like, hey, we saw you roasted Air Up. Do you want to roast our product?
Oh.
like
to be
you're
the
gonna
roast king.
Yeah, and I'm like, no,
It's
I
not.
actually don't. Yeah, I'm
Because you
good.
didn't go into it trying to roast it. You just wanted to see if
Yeah, I just wanted
people
to
were
see.
telling the truth about this and realized that.
Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah, I just wanted to see how it was. Yeah.
Well, Hipyo Plants just came out with your first long form. You did like 235 shorts before a single long form.
600 views. Let's go.
Woo!
Let's go.
Go check out Hipyo Plants. I take it that's a new big undertaking for the
bonsai.
years. Long form for Hipyo Plants.
Maybe. I don't know. I just want to test it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally had an idea that like I thought worked better in long form than it did in short form, which was like touring this greenhouse. And then I have a second part coming out where it was turning this $300 tree that I bought into a fancy bonsai with the owner of the greenhouse.
Oh, cool.
And it's like, it's not super algorithm friendly. It's not super shareable friendly. It's just something I thought was really cool and wanted to share.
Nice.
Taking it back to the keyboards.
Yeah.
Right?
Just
Like,
taking
that's
it
where
back.
it started.
Yeah. And eventually, like, I could see a direction where I could take Hipyo Plants, like, long form wise. It's just whether or not I feel like doing that or not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet.
I'm just changing subject just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we went past it.
Yeah.
What is the origin of Hipyo and
Oh, yeah.
your logo?
Oh, and more than that, like during your from age 11 to, when you're in your 20s and you start keyboard videos, how many changes to the channel name was there?
I
What
think
were
only
they?
like 3. The first name was like my family name, so I'm not going to say that one. The second name was Dubstep Hippo, just because like I was super into dubstep as a teenager, and hippos have like consistently been one of my favorite animals just because they're cool. They're just little fellas. They're just doing their own thing. They kill tons of people.
Yeah, the most dangerous animal on the planet.
Yeah. And they're just like little sleeper agents. I don't know. They're kind of sick.
They look all big and fluffy and
Yeah, like you want to give one a hug and then it will literally kill you. Which I don't know. It's just fun.
Yeah.
So like hippos have
Okay.
always been like one of my favorite things. And then Hipyo, it was like, I wanted to start streaming Valorant on Twitch because I had gotten really into Valorant. That was kind of like my origin story over the COVID summer. And I just needed like a short name that was really easily shareable where like I could tell someone mid game, like go to twitch.tv/Hipyo. And I took Hippo. Obviously Hippo was taken on Twitch. So I was like, how can I morph this in a way that's like kind of fun to say? It kind of works. Hippo. And I played around with it. I did my little marketing thing. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Ended up with Hipyo. And that has just kind of stuck. Where it was like, when I made my tech channel, I was like, I'll be Hipyo Tech. Because that's what I do. When I do plants, I'll be Hipyo Plants. When I do music, I'll be Cadelli. Yeah. Where I just didn't think Hipyo worked in the music sense. Where, yeah.
Cadelli works.
Yeah, Cadelli
That
works.
was a good choice.
I love the name Hipyo.
Thank you.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Hipyo Tech just rolls off the tongue.
It's
and
fun.
I love that you can apply it to like Hipyo Plant.
Yeah.
And it's just a good sounding word. I like to
Yeah.
say it.
Hipyo. It's sing-songy. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great brand name.
Yeah. Oh, the 20 grand of college paid off.
And so bringing it back to Cadelli, this year for Cadelli, I think you said you wanted to do a track a month. That was the goal.
1 track a month. And it's on track. No pun intended. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. There's like a complete trackable life status evolution in your music. Like, clearly around the time of your breakup, titles got a little sad.
Yeah. The Never Be Her is literally like the song about my breakup. So it's like that coming out recently was very cathartic. Yeah. Getting it out there.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. So like I've had a lot of material to write lots of music about where it was like I was writing lots of music. That's all done now. And now it's just releasing it, getting it all out there, polishing out tracks. Like then that'll be by next March. It's like that's the year closed or that's the chapter closed. Like make some happier music, have some more fun again.
Yeah, it started out as like basically comedy in
Yeah.
the early days.
Yeah.
Like Don't Spray Lube. It
Yeah.
was like great song. Like,
Bars.
great video. Love that. And then now the last 4 videos been like ballads.
Yeah, I got really into writing ballads. It was so fun.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of research, like a lot of reference stuff with my producer where it's like, how do we make this ballad? How do we tell this story? Because like Never Be Her was like, how do you tell the story of this breakup in a way that like reveals it slowly? It hits you at the end and you're like, oh, like that's what happened. Because like without violating your ex's privacy, without like, but you got to keep it respectable. I'm an online personality. Like it's not about her, it's about me, you know? So it's like, how do you tell your story? Be respectful enough, but it's still your story to tell.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, where I had a lot of fun with ballads and where it's more creatively enriching.
Well, I'm excited to see all the new content on all the channels. If Hipyo was a stock, I'd be buying the dip right now. I
love it.
I think that, like I said, I think that this is going to be where we look back and be like, oh, it's 2025. Like maybe chapter mark the air up video. Like this is where Hipyo really got started. I think big things are to come for you. If you could give aspiring YouTubers one tip that would help them repeat the success that you've had, what would it be?
I think it's tough because one tip is never enough.
It doesn't have to be one.
But I would say if I had to boil down most people's success on YouTube into one just like log line, it would be don't quit. Because it's like, sure, you might be doing the wrong things or you might be doing the right things. But if you quit, then you're not progressing towards that goal whatsoever. And I've had a lot of friends that have quit right before the finish line. They've quit right before they finally hit it big because they're just like, oh, I don't know, man. Work's paying me a little bit more. Like this YouTube thing's just not working out as much as I thought it would. And it's like, if you quit, you're never hitting it.
This is the through line. Like all creators say the same thing. All creators who've like kind of made it to this point, say the same thing. And I think it's interesting. Like we definitely like had that moment where right before it took off, we were like so close to quitting.
Yeah.
We hated each other and we were both just done.
Yeah.
And then like we got over it. And then the next month was like everything like doubled.
Yeah.
And it's just been off to the races since then. But like, how do you know? Like I've seen some YouTube channels where I'm like, you should give up. Like you've been doing this for a long time. Your content is not good and you're never going to take off. I don't tell them that, of course. But I've seen channels like that where I'm like, just why? So where, how do you know? How do you know? Do you have good content that's just not been discovered by the algorithm yet? Or is just one tweak away from success? Or should you throw it all away? Or like Mr. Wonderful says, take it behind the barn and shoot it.
I mean, honestly, the greatest thing about YouTube is it doesn't matter unless it matters to you. So it's like if you're that creator and you're like, man, YouTube just isn't working. It's been so long. And it's like, if you've actually been in the trenches for that long and you've actually been putting in that amount of effort for that long, like you could take a step back, you can reevaluate things. You can see like, is this the trajectory? Like maybe you need to be more scrutinous about it, right? But like, I feel like if you're having fun and you're not going anywhere, then it doesn't matter. But if you're like, if you're slamming, this is the best way to put it. If you're slamming your head into the wall and you're like, YouTube isn't working and all I want to do is be a big YouTuber, and you've been doing it for that long, you're probably not having fun. And if you're not having fun and if you're not enjoying it, it shows in your content. People pick up on that. Like your problem is your solution. Like it's right there in front of you.
So it comes back to you have to enjoy the content that you're making. And then also take a step back. I think there's so much value. Every time I've taken a step back, stepped away from the channel and the content for a little bit, and then come back and try to do an honest evaluation, that's been where the most growth has always come from. Significant growth.
Yeah, it's so important. It's like you can, if you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and you're not having that success, it's like you have to reevaluate. You have to pivot. It's like, okay, let me just try making this video like this time.
Yeah.
And it's like, the problem is that lots of people get locked in a way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
And then that just becomes their system, and it's never been successful from the get-go. So it's
Yeah.
like, you gotta make little tweaks and changes every single video you make.
It's like if I had stayed making silent ASMR videos, I would never be where I am today. Like, I got where I am today by going way outside of my comfort zone, putting my voiceover in videos, then going way outside of my comfort zone and making skit and comedy videos and embracing my personality in my videos. Like, if I had stayed doing the same thing, making the same kind of video, that's where I would have stayed. Like, you have to iterate, you have to change a little bit. Like, quitting wouldn't have solved that, but iterating did. Trying new things definitely helped. Like, you find your stride by experimenting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the creator that does the same thing and stays in the same place. It's like, well, what do you expect? You're jogging in place, or you're jogging on a treadmill. Like, you're not going for a run. You're not getting anywhere.
And yeah, I think nobody's a better example probably than you. Like, looking at that early content and all the different things that you tried, and you know, found the keyboard space and you hit it, and now you're in the middle of a new reevaluation where it seems like you're about 10 months in to sort of recalibrating the balance and the content and your future and what you want out of it all. And I think you're on the right track.
Right on. Thanks.
Yeah. Hipyo, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me. It's so fun.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Welcome back anytime. And
right on.
Definitely let us know if there's any YouTube conferences like we talked about offline.
I hope y'all enjoy the keyboard.
I was going to say, thank you so much.
Yeah.
For like, you just made my month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to use this.
Me either.
Do some solid ASMR on those bad boys.
I'll just be chilling outside on my sunbed.
Sometimes it's the simplest things that takes us the furthest. Being yourself, following your passion, and never giving up. Hey, Dallas here, producer of Making It. I sure hope that you enjoyed this episode. And as we round this one out, if you've made it this far and have yet to like the video or subscribe to the channel, you're running out of time. Do that, like right now. Additionally, leave a comment down below tagging a YouTuber whose story you want to hear. We're always looking for our next guest, and we could sure use your help. So get out there, be yourself, never give up, and I'll catch you in the next one.